Hi, friends. And welcome into the firm of Harris and Marang. Patrick Harris with you. That's me. That's Danny Marang right over there. Casey Smith back there holding down the beats. Happy little Wednesday here. Nice to be back.
Feels weird to be in here.
I know. It's always nice to have...
It's not sunny.
It's always nice to have days off, you know? Like, that's always great. And you enjoy them the best way you can, and you find ways to relax and recoup. Then I just find myself, like, scrolling and looking at sports stuff and getting ready to do radio shows. And you're like, okay, whatever.
No, great time out there yesterday.
We had a great time.
Great time out there. The only downside of yesterday was the humidity was a little high.
A little brutal, buddy.
A little tough.
A little brutal. I was very happy with my hydration level. Leaded and unleaded.
There you go.
However you want to call it. I think I did well with that. But I was wiped when I got home. I was wiped. I did get some nice sun, though. I'm happy about that.
I got my steps in.
I got my golf cart driving in.
There you go.
That was one of my favorite things.
You get to drive the car.
I ended up, especially after you left, I ended up just playing, like, server chauffeur.
Yeah.
So I would just, like, drive to the bar back and forth and get drink orders for everybody and give people rides who were ready to go home. It was great. I had an awesome time.
Rob let you keep the keys, huh?
Rob let me keep the keys. We controlled the cart. And
Again, shout out to Rob because he took the key out of the ignition
yeah.
to make sure, because that's what ends up happening. Is someone's like, I'm going to take the cart because I don't want to walk back. And then they don't have anybody bring it back, and then we're screwed out there. It's like, come on, man.
Look, I once went to a music festival, and we were all having lots of fun, as you can imagine. And I had a water bottle with maybe 8 ounces of water left in it. And people kept asking me for a drink of water. And I just said no. Because that 8 ounces of water,
pure gold,
was so valuable to me that I went full on no. And we went that route with the golf cart yesterday.
Yeah.
We didn't want to get stuck out there because walking back from the 6th hole was going to be a brutal, brutal adventure.
It's just because it's just hot and humid, and you're like, and you've been out there all day, and you're just like, ugh.
Yes. So that key was gold. Somebody asked me for it, and I said no.
I'll give you a ride.
Oh, I think I said we lost the key. That's what we said. We lost the key.
Oh, was it not one of us? There you go.
Somebody in this building asked if they could have the cart, and I was like, sorry, I lost the key. But don't call anybody. I already called somebody. They're working on it right now. And then Rob and I were like, let's get out of here. But it was pretty good. We had a really great time. Meeting everybody out there. You know, just everyone's so stoked to roll up to the 6th hole and see us idiots out there.
No,
it was a fun time.
Man. It was, the scores when I went in at the morning round. Everybody, for the most part, shouts to you. A little golf clap for not cheating. And then I saw a couple scores that popped up, and I went, that's interesting.
Well, Sukanik was giving out the awards for the later round, and there were a lot of jeering and boos from the crowd, seeing these 4 older gentlemen who had a combined score of minus 57.
No!
Something like that.
Minus 58 was the one that we had 4 years ago when the guys hauled away with the TVs and the Traeger.
And there's these dudes, there's guys that are probably around our age who are just like, this is bullshit. I'm out of here. They were pissed.
Well, yeah, because look.
And Sook's just like, I'll just read it.
Yeah.
It's not, I just read it.
Look,
Don't kill me.
I'm telling you, there's a deal that Max Homo does with another group where I think it's a scramble. I don't think it's a shamble. I think it's a scramble. And it's like the Integrity Open.
Okay.
And they have security guards as like rules officials with every single group. And they're watching every single stroke.
They might need to do that for the Fan Golf Classic.
We might need to do that.
Otherwise, there was like a team full of 4 like Jason Days out there just crushing the competition.
There was one group that showed me the scorecard because it's up there on the leaderboards. You can see it. One of the groups had 4 separate holes where 2 teammates had eagles. 8 total eagles. And I was like, come on, guys. Look, again, scramble, shamble. Guys can hit some good shots. Everybody
you serious, Clark?
But it's like 8 eagles? 8?
Look, I am no golfer. I took 3 swings yesterday. Shanked one to the right, one to the left, and one dribbled 6 feet in front of me.
But hey, you did make contact in the second swing. You just pushed it way right.
I did, and I made contact on the 3rd swing. And I'm no golf expert. 57, 58. Boy, that sounds like a really nice day at the office.
That's because here's like there are
a little too good to be true.
And don't get me wrong, when you're like I'm a 13 handicap, I think, right now. When you're 13 to 16, you can have a great day and you can go sideways. You can go like best round I've ever shot is an 81. Like worst round that I think I've ever scored since I've keeping a handicap, I think is a 99. Okay, that's 19 strokes, dude.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
All over the place. And these guys decided on this day.
18. God, I can't math.
On this day, all four of them shot the round of their life.
Yeah, it's like, come on. And again,
hey, if there's nobody to catch it, more power to you.
and look,
I'm a baseball guy. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
look, pushing the rules a little bit. Look, when we're in the sixth hole, if you don't have anybody real close to the pin, we can hit some shots for you. And I think guys probably use 6, 7 of my shots on the sixth hole. So like that's everybody's getting that opportunity. You know what I mean? Like, but come on now.
I didn't realize that the sixth hole is such a bitch.
Oh, it is.
I didn't realize that. I was like, oh, sweet little par 3. Just get it up over there. Oh, this would be great. Every golfer's like, man, I love this course, and this hole drives me bonkers.
I hit probably 5, 6 shots that any other hole would have been great shots. Great shots. Like 3, 4 feet to the right of the pin, and then it bounced and bounced and bounced and bounced, and it would just catch the lip or catch the lip and then roll down the edge. And I was like, come on, man.
Again, I love that course. Would play that course any day of the week. I would very much like to skip that hole when I play it.
It's one of those things where it's like, if you hit a great shot, great. But the same joke happens every single year from probably 3, 4, 5 guys. This is the easiest par 5 on the course. Because it's like, if you miss-hit your tee shot, you're screwed. And like if you're not playing scramble shamble, you're just playing. If you miss-hit your tee shot there, just put a 5 down.
That's the other thing I learned. Like, I watch, high major competitive golf, and I'll watch all 4 days, and I really, really enjoy it. It's a very casual watch for me. I don't get super into it, but I love sports at a high level. So I've learned, and I'm fairly familiar with the game of golf and the rules. What I did learn
and
out
how
there,
easy they make it look.
what I did learn out there is that I actually know nothing about going golfing. Okay, like I can watch on the TV, and I go, oh, he hooked that to the left, or ooh, that was a great shot out of the bunker. Like I can see that. But what it takes for 4 people to go out and play a round of golf, I have realized I know nothing about it. I saw positives of people's drinking schedule, water and non-water, leaded and unleaded, and was like, good move, bad move, that guy's in trouble.
We had a couple guys early.
I saw a couple guys at the later round that were a little bit of a struggle when we were in the old red shed.
The eyes are wandering and a little.
I also learned that I don't know what a scramble or a shamble is. It was explained to me 35 times yesterday, and I still don't know anything.
That's golf.
I'm okay with it.
You take your best shot.
Yeah.
But I did learn that I know a lot about golf. I know nothing about golfing.
There you go.
Does that make sense?
How did it make you feel? Do you want to learn? Do you want to do more?
No.
No, really?
No.
The golf cart and hitting a few and watching everybody having fun didn't do it?
I think I could do 9.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I don't know if I got 18 in me. I don't know if I ever will.
That's how you start. That's how you start, man. You go play 9. Go play a par 3. Don't even worry about hitting driver.
I do hate that you're getting closer and closer.
Yeah. See?
I still don't gamble.
Uh-huh.
Just because I have gambled doesn't mean I gamble.
It technically does.
No.
By the end of the year, I'll have you shooting 3 different guns.
That is not going to happen.
Want to bet?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Oh, here we are gambling again. No, but a big shout out. And the staff at Langdon Farms was fantastic. Awesome. They were absolutely great.
All our sponsors.
Our crew as well, shout out to Johnny Martin, like the great, the GOAT.
Mm-hmm.
They were awesome yesterday. And our AEs, our sales staff, boss mans, they were all great as well. I did learn what a water hazard is.
There you go.
I did know what a water hazard is, but now I know what a leaded water hazard is. It is vodka, Sprite, and blue Powerade.
Yeah.
And I think I had about 4 of those with Mr. Rob.
That's what
him and I were enjoying those.
He moved from the transfusion to the water hazard. Yeah.
Well, those are a high school classic.
Yeah.
And see, when you go to Langdon,
but you get the hydration.
Yes. When you go to Langdon, Uncle Rob is your guy.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean,
because he
it's
knows
his-
it's his course. It's his course. So he walks in. He's like,
The marshal and the starter come up. Hey, how you doing, Rob?
he
Hey,
walks into the
yeah.
bar. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Sandy. How are you?
No,
What'll
it's-
it be today?
It's like
Isaac?
Cheers, man.
It's great.
It's his spot.
I got to give a fat shout out to Isaac Ropp for being my uncle there, and Sukanik for giving me a ride out there.
There you go. Did you grab one of those cigars floating around?
I did, but I actually saved it for home.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
Coward.
too hot to smoke a cigar.
As far as accoutrements, we did have some great shirts out there yesterday.
Oh yes, people came in ensembles.
Oh yeah.
The group that I could smell the orange Julius on them. The styrofoam cup. That was
Yes.
Rufio's group, right?
Yeah, they had the
It was the styrofoam with the splash.
was it
teal colored thing. That was great.
Sook nailed it. Sea-Doos. It was like 1992 Sea-Doo.
It was excellent.
Quite
People's
nice.
game was great. The great Mike Hass was out there.
He was.
It was
Yeah.
great to chat with a college football Hall of Famer.
Politikoff Award winner.
Yeah.
Any aces yesterday?
for
Not that I
us.
know of. Not that I didn't hear of any on the course. And even then, on the KP hole in the first round, the closest anybody got was 10 feet. So KP wasn't great either. So I will say the level of golf, at least that I saw, was not as good as I've seen in the past.
The scores at the end would beg to differ.
Yeah, right. That's the thing. It's like, these aren't adding up. But no, awesome day out there. We'll say, Casey, your beeves mopped the floor with ducks. There were significantly more beeves out there than ducks.
I didn't catch that.
Oh, the entire morning round, I don't think I saw green. It was just an endless parade of orange and black.
Go Beavers.
Endless parade of orange and black. There was no duck representation out there.
I saw some.
No, in the morning round.
Oh, okay. Well, you got there a lot
Yeah.
earlier than me, so you saw stuff that I didn't see.
I think there might have been one that I saw in the morning round. Ducks not represented. A lot of beeves. A lot of beef teams.
Keep showing out.
A lot of beef teams. Saw
Love
that. I mean, Mike and his guys. You know, a lot of beeves out there. Yeah, the literal college football Hall of Famer representing Oregon State down there.
I did workshop ish with Brandon Sprague and came up with a great new insult as a Coug to Beeves.
Oh?
Well, Coug Ludes and I were having a conversation, and Brandon jumped in, and I said, hey, this is a Coug on Coug conversation. And Brandon goes, so Beeve your way out? And I was like, yes, that's the new line now. That's the new line. This is if I ever need to talk trash to Oregon Beeve fans, which I don't because we're all brethren
There you go.
and stuck in this hellscape together, this is a Coug on Coug conversation, and you need to Beeve your way out of
Yeah,
this.
see, it's
It was good. Shout out Sprague on that one, yeah.
You don't like hanging with the winged creatures.
I only like my people. I only like living in worlds that the narrative is what I want.
There you go.
You know that? Exactly. That's what I want. Oakley Dokley, we got a fantastic show for you on
not
this
full at all.
Wednesday. Not full at all. Basically, we have the Blazers with a new head coach. Giannis gets traded and the NBA draft. But we'll start the Blazers. They get their man. 105.1 The Fan.
Prime time with
18 here, Portland Sports Leader. Don't you forget it. We are live from the shadows of the historic Fremont Bridge. 503-864-6326 is the fan text line. She'll let you interact with us throughout the entire day. You can also jump over on the YouTube's 105.1 The Fan. That's your spot to hang out. The text line, very active about the quote-unquote cheaters out there. So if you have gripes, look, I just hung out at the 6th hole and drank and listened to Suk hold court, and it was awesome.
Look,
that's all I can tell you.
Simple way that I can go about this. I watched all of you at the morning round at the 6th hole. Unless a lot of you just forgot how to play golf on that hole, those scores did not correlate. And again, I'm not talking about everybody. I'm talking about the guys whose numbers were 20 strokes better. Look, if you were shooting between 20 under to probably 35, 36, that's kind of the swath.
I talked to a morning group, and they were like, I was like, how'd your team go? They were like, we played really well today. Mm-hmm. We shot a minus 37 as a team.
Yeah.
I go, that's awesome. He goes, we took 7th.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like anything really outside that swath by a stroke or two. Again, there was a group that I was sitting with at lunch. They were in first place at 30 under for a long time because I think there was like 8 or 9 scores that were in there.
That sounds amazing.
They had me take a picture of them up to the leaderboard because like, take it now before it changes. and then I want to say I came back like 15 minutes later because I was trying to find a cart because they were all gone. And they're like, and it's over. And I was like, how bad? Look over 45 under. And I was like, it was like the lowest score, or the highest score at that time, I think was like minus 22. Lowest score was, I think, minus 30. I think they were the lowest at minus 30. So minus 36, minus like the fact that it was a 15 stroke gap, it was just like, all right, that's, I'm going to need to see some gin numbers. I'm going to need to see some handicaps here because I'm not sure this is real.
That's why I'm in for like the old Crisco, or if I really need to add some juice, I rub a little jalapeno in my nose.
Juice the ball just a little bit.
You put snot on the ball. That's the kind of cheating I'm down for. This is just lying. I can't handle that.
Yeah, I think there was probably some strokes that were missed on the day.
A lot of Patrick Reeds out there.
Yeah, you know. Break a locker or two.
Few VJ sings.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that one.
Oh, I did forget that he got busted.
Yeah.
I still like to just make fun of Patrick Reed. He's lower hanging fruit.
Oh,
VJ's a great golfer.
Yeah.
But Patrick Reed's good too.
But VJ had some swag. Not only that, VJ had some swag too.
I've lost too many games in Tiger Woods PGA Tour in 2006 to VJ Singh to give him all the respect he deserves.
Shout out the text line. When I said the Bees fans showing up, he said Ducks fans can afford it to close.
I won't stand for that kind of slander. Not to my brethren.
Look, I'll lob the grenade over the fence for you. I'm just sitting here watching the chaos.
Danny, you have an unlimited amount of grenades you can lob.
I know.
No, you didn't have to read that one.
I mean, I did.
And lastly, before we get to this Blazers situation, of course, when I'm giving shout-outs to everybody, I forget somebody, and I must say thank you to Casey Smith for holding the fort down while we were gone. Thank you. Shout out Stevie Brackets and shout out the Schultzy.
He's a biracial angel.
For you guys helping us out back home. Someone's got to do the hard work, and I'm sorry that I did not give you the love. That's like me forgetting to tell a restaurant, like my restaurant team, shout out to the kitchen, and I feel bad about that. We were all equal players here. We all worked together to make this whole thing happen, and so I love you, Casey.
I teased you a little bit during the break. You felt like you took it to heart a little bit.
Yeah, now I feel terrible, and I'm going to go home, and I'm going to cry about it. I'm going to actually leave here in
You know what else
moment.
he doesn't do? He doesn't listen during the breaks.
I did that once. One time. Nope, don't like that. The Portland Trailblazers have hired Minnesota Timberwolves lead assistant Mike Anori as the franchise's new head coach, the team announced yesterday.
As you heard me talk about for 6 minutes.
I know. I'm sorry I missed that.
No, it's okay. The remote box went out, so it's fine.
Let's dive right into this, Danny. Mike Anori was floated out as a candidate for multiple jobs, even with the Blazers all season, all kind of off season in this coaching search. Mm-hmm. And I think landing on Mike Anori is probably, I think at the beginning of this, maybe best case scenario, knowing that a guy like Michael Malone or a Billy Donovan were probably outside of the tax bracket that the team lives in right now. But I think Mike Anori, from all the stuff I've read and heard in this process and then in the fallout afterwards, this sounds like a good hire to me.
So let's start with just the hire alone. I have zero issue with Micah Nori as a hire. None. I think it's a good outcome of all the potentials that were out there. He's got experience. I had the texts were frequent and often yesterday morning, is trying to chase down everything around it, and nobody really had anything too negative to say about Nori. One person hit me with the flip side is he's been around the league for 20 years, and this is his first time getting a head coach job.
I think that's the only thing that would concern me, and I think that's a fair concern to bring up. But I heard who the Sunrise guys have this morning. They had Ben Beacon on from Locked On Wolves, and he brought up a good point that I thought was excellent. If you missed that, go back and listen to it on the podcasts. He kind of mentioned that the NBA has also kind of moved a little bit to shiny toy.
Oh, it is.
Is it a former player? Is it a young guy? They've kind of and if you've been an assistant for 20 years, there's no shine on that.
No, and that's part of that. The league is moving younger, not just with players, but coaches as well, and executives. I mean, there's a lot of young executives in the league.
Have I talked to you about the Washington Nationals in baseball?
Yeah.
Like the oldest guy on their staff is 43.
Yeah, isn't the manager like 28?
He's 30?
Yeah, like
31?
like not just young, but crazy young. The Jacksonville Jaguars, their GM, he got the job at 27, 28?
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. And Nori was a guy who I think it was his mid-20s when he broke into the game, and he's been doing it ever since then. He's 52 now. I like the hire. I think he's got marks of a guy who can be a good coach. I think he gets it. He's been around, being around the league and through different eras, I think it's helpful. You can have different things that you can call back on. I have questions.
Sure.
Like I would anytime first-time head coach. And here's the thing. You can be as excited as you want now and champion all that. You're going to be pissed off in December.
Totally.
Because he's going to make a mistake.
And I think part of that, too, is for me, if I had to find negatives about the hire of Micah Nori, which I can't really, but if I'm looking for negatives of hiring an assistant for a first-time head coach, I did the research this morning. The last time the Blazers hired somebody with head coaching experience was Nate McMillan. And so it's like, yes, there were good guys that got jobs along the way, but they were first times. And I guess part of me wanted to see somebody with more of a track record. But that's me kind of digging because for everything I can see, this guy is relatable with players.
Oh, yeah.
He's great with the media, and he likes pace, which we talked about at the beginning of the Blazers season, that was something that they did really well that kind of fell off in the end. So you like seeing that. He's unlocked offensive capabilities from Naz Reid and Ant Edwards. And I like where he comes from. I think this is a win. I think it's a big win.
This is a guy that's worked with Boogie Cousins, Nikola Jokic, Ant Edwards, DeMar DeRozan, or not DeRozan. No, DeMar was there with Dwayne Casey in Toronto. Like he's worked with high-level players.
He got a lot. He started building like Nurkic or Jokic in Denver. He's helped out Julius Randle. I know Randle was bad in the playoffs, but he helped him out. Like, I like the idea of him developing players and making them great. And if you're worried for the camp out there that's like anti-Tiago because the X's and O's, that aspect, he seems to have that down as well.
Well, I would argue the staggering majority of fans have no idea what actual X's and O's are in basketball.
That might be fair. But what they're telling me is that this guy truly knows his X's and O's.
Well, let's not forget Tiago was a head coach before for a very successful European team.
Am I taking too many shots at Tiago?
I didn't mean to. No. I just like that's my whole thing is when I hear fans like Tiago doesn't know how to run out of bounds plays, and I'm like, well, Tiago doesn't run out of bounds plays. The players run out of bounds plays. It's execution, and if you don't have the players to execute, like we'll go down this rabbit hole real quick. It does not matter how good of a coach you are. I have yet in my life or in the history of the NBA see a coach a team to a title. It's never happened.
Do I know if Steve Kerr is a great coach?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
He's also had a trio plus Kevin Durant. That helps. Phil Jackson, I lean to because the triangle, he created something.
No, Tex Winter created it.
Oh, well, there you go.
That's the thing is, great coaches, you know what they have? Great assistants. There has never been a great head coach without great assistants.
And they're
Not
people
once.
managers.
Yes. The best coaches in the NBA in the modern era manage people. It's about managing people. It's about who plays and when, groupings, flow, a little bit of just feel to things. in making the right choices with the right guys at the right times.
I mean, you can look back to the Showtime Lakers when how many coaches did they have in a 2-3 year span?
Yep, and then you get Pat.
Yep, but Pat Riley's there the entire time, and you just boost him up.
It's like that's the thing. Is like you go through those things, and everybody's like, "Well, Steve Kerr took the Warriors to another level. Mark Jackson couldn't." Like, well, no. David Lee got hurt, and Steve Kerr had to play Draymond Green. Nobody was looking to play Draymond Green over Steve Kerr over David Lee.
Correction here, I forgot that Terry Stotts was a head coach before.
Atlanta.
I know. I just always associate him with Carlisle.
Yeah.
As an assistant.
Yeah,
That's on
when
me.
you said that, I was like,
That's on
I
me.
swear Terry was a head coach at Atlanta.
That's on me. I just always associate him with Rick Carlisle.
Oh, it was a short tenure. I think he was in
Milwaukee.
I've got it up.
yeah.
He was in Atlanta for 2 years and Milwaukee for 2 years.
Yeah.
That's on me.
Yeah, because then he went to Carlisle's staff and won a title. So
Yeah, as their like offensive dude.
yeah, really good at maximizing that Dirk guy.
We both agree that this is a good hire.
Yes.
I think we both agree the process wasn't so great.
Shocking.
Let's get into that. I don't want to make too big a deal of it, but I think it needs to be addressed. Yeah, the contract is an interesting one. Nothing I've seen previously. We'll toss it to Casey with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the NBA draft was last night as A.J. DeBonsa was selected by the Washington Wizards with the number 1 overall pick, followed by Darren Peterson to Utah and Cameron Boozer to Memphis. Some notables from the first round of the draft as 3 Michigan Wolverines were drafted in the top 15, and with the number 9 pick, former newly hired Dallas Mavericks head coach and former head coach at Michigan, Dusty May, selected Morez Johnson Jr., the 6'9 forward out of, you guessed it, Michigan. Some more NBA news for you as Austin Reeves intends to sign a 4-year, $185 million max contract to return to the LA Lakers. The deal comes with a player option in the 2029-2030 season as Reeves scores the richest contract for an undrafted player in NBA history. We have 6 World Cup group matches for you today as all of the final matches of the group stage play simultaneously. Group B will kick things off in the Big Nooner with Switzerland versus Canada and Bosnia versus Qatar. At 3 p.m., Group C will take over with Morocco versus Haiti and Scotland versus Brazil. And wrapping up our day of matches is South Africa versus South Korea and Czechia versus Mexico at 6 p.m. Your U.S. men's national team will face off against Turkey tomorrow in their final match of the group stage. The U.S. has already punched their ticket to the knockout stage with wins over Paraguay and Australia as we get set for a 7 p.m. kickoff tomorrow in Los Angeles. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
Your home for Seahawks football.
Getting told I cooged it when I 100% cooged it is a tough reality to live in. But the text police, they got me. I appreciate it. Is it that bad of a thing if you cooged it and you're a coog?
No, it's in your blood.
Right. You just kind of own it.
Yeah.
Because they used to say Clemson in it. Mm-hmm. Like, I think that was created before.
I think Cooging. I think Cooganing was Cooganing.
Coogan? We going Coogan?
Coogan. I think Coogan was out there before Clemsoning, but Clemsoned so hard that Clemsoning became the verb.
It like jumped over us on a national way. Yeah. If you're going to lose, at least lose by your own rules.
I don't know why ducking it never became a thing.
I think it's too close. I think it's too close to that dump button Casey's got over there. Micah Nori. We're having this conversation about Micah Nori. I got to make sure that I say Micah Nori because I keep wanting to say
Nori.
Mike Nori.
Yeah.
And he's Micah Nori. Seems like a really fun dude, and we can chat expectations here in a moment. But the contract is an interesting one, and we've already seen it on the text line and on the YouTube chat, and I'm sure the guys this morning addressed it as well. It's not something that I love to get into. I have a really cool statement from Finch on this.
Yeah.
But it is a strange contract in the sense that I've never really seen anything like it. It's a 3-year deal, 1 year guaranteed, with team options for 2 and 3. It's strange.
It's very strange. It is so strange, in fact, that there has not been anything like it. There have been 2 coaches in the modern era, I think it's back like 40 years, that have gotten 1-year deals or 1-year guarantees. This is like, I saw somebody yesterday on Twitter was like, well, change is good. It's like, change spurs action. I'm like, no, it doesn't.
Change can be good.
It can be, but the idea that change automatically begets good or different is good, there's a reason why there's proven methodologies, because they're proven. And the overwhelming data supports not doing that.
I am always open to change as long as you are not changing just to change. You follow?
Sure, but what if the change is just to save money? Because you cannot give me a good reason other than that.
But if it is a change to save money, at least you have a reason. You might not agree with it, but at least it's a reason and not a change just to be different.
How does that reason impact basketball? How does that reason impact the fan? Because that's what I asked yesterday.
That's a great question.
And the answers that I got were some of the most asinine things I've ever seen in my entire life.
Would you care to share any of them?
No, they were far too dumb to even go down. And that's not me just being smart. It's just like, just take a second to have critical thought about what you're saying. How does an owner saving money impact you as a fan or consumer? Don't tell me he's like, well, they'll turn around and invest that somewhere else. No, they won't. They will not.
Well, that money doesn't go against your salary cap.
That's what I mean. So
it's its own world.
You can literally spend whatever you want to on things outside of the salary cap.
The flip side of that, if you're somebody that doesn't really care about it per se, like I look at it like I didn't sign the contract. He did. And that's kind of what Chris Finch said. This is via John Krasinski.
Yeah, like the actor.
Ooh, okay.
Same thing.
John Krasinski, he's got a different way to spell that. Finch says, first thing I would like to say about that, I thought it was a shame that a lot of the story about Micah's great opportunity was overshadowed by the nature of the deal he signed. That's a personal decision. That's a business decision. That's between him. He goes on to say, I just know this. There's 30 of these jobs. They're hard to get. They're incredibly rewarding in a lot of different ways. I know he wasn't focused on certainly money, but he was first focused on opportunity. That's what we preach to all our guys here. You should chase opportunity, not money. Now, me, as a half-full mystery box kind of guy, I love hearing that from Finch because he's right. Do I think the contract's weird? I do think it's weird. I don't blame anybody for taking it. We talk about this with the bag. Until somebody says they're not taking the bag, I believe everyone's going to take the bag. And I'm not going to be mad if you do. Should Trae Young get that bag? Absolutely not. But good for him.
Good for him.
And that's how I'm trying to look at it.
But see, here's the thing. Number one, I love Finch. He's going to bat for his guy.
Big Finch fans on this show.
I love Finch. He's a great coach. Gotten to talk to him over the years. Awesome dude. Always willing to take a minute, right? I don't like that all the talk was around his contract. But it was so outside the bounds of normalcy. And I get what Finchie's trying to say there. As far as like, I don't like that it's about that. Well, it's because it's not that it's kind of different. It's not that it's a little different. It's so far outside the bounds of normalcy that it doesn't make any sense. The last line, the whole like chase opportunity versus chase money, that's a great little thing to say.
That's what I say to my kids.
No, it's a great thing to say. If that were the case, why did the deal get done yesterday?
Well, I think
Because he had 3 opportunities. Portland, Chicago, Dallas. You took the last one left. That wasn't chasing opportunity.
which gave the Blazers a lot of leverage in that situation.
And I have talked to a lot of people over the last 24 hours who've all said the same thing, including people in Minnesota. And this is not a shot against Mike and Nori. I completely get where he's coming from. The gist of it is he is 52 years old, and there is a very strong movement among, number one, young coaches on staffs and college coaches wanting the heck out of college basketball and looking at the NBA.
Looking at May, Sweeney, those kind of having a college guy and a young assistant.
Young guys that are trying to get these jobs. And Nori's been in this cycle for basically 5 straight years. And there is a thing is like having heat. Like, and if you lose it, it's why you see an actor when they have a hit, it's movie. Glenn Powell came out of nowhere and had 12 movies.
And now he has kind of none because we're over it.
But the thing is, like, when you've got heat, you crank it out because it may not come back again. And so Mike and Nori basically looked at this and said, I may not get another crack at this. You just don't know.
He probably knows he'll fall back into an assistant coach role if this doesn't work out anyway. So he knows he has a place in the league. I also think what doesn't help the situation and why the contract has become a narrative, yes, it's different. Yes, it's weird, and I'm with you on that. It's all the smoke around the process. You add that on top of it, the Tiago stuff, the optics of it, you have that on top of a weird contract. Because if you don't have any of that, I think the conversation is more like, what an interesting contract. I wonder what the reason is behind that, instead of, I think initially your first thought is like, Dundon's cheap, or this team's dumb, or I don't know. You know, if there isn't that Tiago smoke around it, I think you save face a little bit. But you add that on top of it, and it looks like a pattern.
It doesn't look like a pattern, Harris. That's the thing.
Quack, quack.
Yes, if it walks like a duck, it talks like a duck, it quacks like a duck, it flies like a duck, it's a freaking duck.
Go Beavers.
Like, that's just what it is. And everybody's like, the justification, goalpost moving, the media's just against Tom Dundon. No, dude, he's just doing all the things that he says he's not doing. It's not about the money. It's not about, I will beat this drum until I'm blue in the face. Quit telling me it's not about the money when everything you do is showing me it's about the money. Like, I don't know how many examples we need. How many examples do you need before you realize it is indeed about the money?
I think let's address this little part too on the fan text line. Could the year deal have anything to do with Chauncey's legal troubles? No. I agree. The answer is no. Those are all separate. The league's going to allow the team to bend rules until this gets figured out. No.
And the whole idea of like, well,
Chauncey has nothing to do with this.
Mike and Nori can opt out and renegotiate. No, he can't. It is a team option. Mm-hmm. He does not have leverage to opt out and renegotiate.
I'd like to see how this goes, and I think it's all going to depend on how he does in this first year. And maybe that's the route that Tommy D, that Dad, and Joe Cronin want to go about, is like, let's take a flyer and give ourselves a parachute if this is a disaster. I don't personally think it's a disaster. I want to get to expectations at some point. I don't think it's going to be a disaster, but what if it is? If it is a disaster, what if this is a what's-his-butt in Milwaukee?
Yeah, Adrian Griffin.
Yeah. What if it's that? I don't think it will be. All signs I get from Nori don't make me think it's that. But what if it's that and you're like, whoop, we're out of here.
And
then that deal looks good.
But why does that matter?
I know.
That's my point. This is not a player. The only thing here is the money the owner is spending. It has nothing to do with impact anywhere else. So where does that path lead you back to?
Everywhere. Me.
Cheap. Quack. That's all it is. That's why I keep saying, like, all these reasons, justifications. Well, maybe it's because of Chauncey legal issues. Or, hey, you know what? If they don't like him, they could get rid of him. They could give him a 3-year deal and still get rid of him. Because guess what? He's got to go hire a staff now, and that staff doesn't know how long they can be there for. Is that going to allow you to go get the best possible assistance? No. The answer is no.
It might get you younger because they're cheaper.
Just saying. Is that good? And it's like, well, you know, the other teams are like, stop doing that.
I'm not basketball enough to know.
Just stop picking up the goalpost and call it what it is. It's okay to do that. That's my whole point in all of this. Mm-hmm. It could work out, but the track record, the history of all of this. If I swear to God, one more person says something about the NHL, I'm going to shoot something into the freaking sun. I don't care. It does not matter. It doesn't matter.
503-864-6326 is the fan text line, or you can jump over on the YouTubes. We'll read some of those thoughts when we come back on the other side, and let's talk about expectations. You know, what it's an offensive guy on a defensive team. How do we do this?
Well,
your thoughts as well. Let's get into that. Let's talk ball. 105.1 The Fan. That's Danny. I'm Patrick. The Fan Sports Network.
The Fan.
Danny and I are having a good time. This England-Ghana game's on replay from yesterday.
Shocking.
The English media is losing their mind right now because England drew.
Yeah, the Ghanaian national team, full of big, massive dudes that you just don't see in the Premier League.
Africa teams are brutal, man. They're so tough to play.
They're bigger, more physical teams.
I know.
Shocking.
I never want to play Ghana again as a U.S. fan.
No. Those games have been nightmare fuel.
3 times over the last 20 years.
Was it South Africa? Was that the one where it just went completely sideways?
I think so. And I think 06. I don't remember. I don't remember what it is. But Ghana has been a pain in my ass for a while. Micah Nori, we'll finish up this conversation. We'll get into some Giannis stuff as he was traded to the Heat. We'll get to that in hour number deuce. Coaching style, Danny. Let's talk ball, okay? You're my ball guy. Let's talk ball. I think some common misconceptions are thrown around about Micah Nori's style and his strengths. It sounds like he's kind of a complete package.
He's done it all. So he was a video analyst early in his career. Then he was working the scouting side. Then he was the director of scouting. Then he worked his way up the bench for multiple coaches, for Dwayne Casey, for Jay Triano, for Mike Malone. Who am I forgetting here? I'm missing somebody else besides Finchie. I'm missing another coach. Anyways, he's been around a long time, but he's also worked on both sides of the ball. I've seen some people say, "Oh, he's an offensive-minded coach." Like, he's the defensive game plan guy for the Timberwolves, guys. Like, he has worked on both sides.
Is it Carlisle? Is that who you're forgetting?
Did he work under Carlisle? I don't think he did.
Nori? Mike Malone? Did you say Mike Malone?
Yeah, I said Malone. I'm missing somebody, but it's not that big. But my point being, he's worked under different coaches who have different philosophies and styles. Like, he's very adaptable. He's been doing this for basically 30 years.
I was telling you in the break, I saw this really cool video. Apparently, he's really good at breaking down to his players how to defend a superstar specifically. And the video clip I saw was him explaining how to lock down Luka Doncic. Big, strong dude, goes to the rack, can shoot from anywhere. Could end up being a top 5 player of all time. The skill is that great. And I'm watching it. I'm not an X and O's guy, but I'm watching that and I'm going, dude, this makes sense. I buy this. I believe it. And especially in today's age, I'm going to say it. We'll get to the draft later today. I'm going to say it like there's a lot of kids that come into the NBA that just play ball, that don't take the seriousness, that Mamba mentality.
The IQ and stuff that goes along with it.
And so if Mike and Nori can tell me how to guard Luka Doncic, then I think that's going to translate.
Yeah, your favorite player probably isn't all that smart.
My favorite player?
No, I'm saying in general, everybody thinks everybody's a basketball IQ savant. A lot of the guys in the NBA can just hoop.
It's kind of the new way of the game. Like
it's the guys who can hoop and have the brain.
That's what shoots them to the moon.
Look, you're seeing this happen in real time in the NBA. Front offices are shifting away from physical profiles and going to guys with high IQ.
It's Cam Boozer, baby.
That's why nobody is. If Cam had gone 1, 2, or 3, nobody would have been surprised. Nobody would have been surprised because having high IQ, high feel, having high floor, like Victor Wembanyama, yes, he's a 7'6" physical freak, unlike the league has ever seen. He's also a supercomputer. And if you want to look at the difference in young guys, look at Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey. Look at the difference. Is Ace Bailey a better athlete, a better hooper?
Is he?
I mean, a lot of guys going into that draft are like, I'd take Ace over Dylan. I'd take Ace over Dylan.
Well, I think at Rutgers, it was Ace's team.
He was Dylan's.
Oh, okay.
It was Dylan's. That's the thing.
They didn't make the tournament, so I didn't watch them a whole lot.
I watched Dylan at Hoop Summit, and then I went and watched him play down at U of O, and went down, probably 4 hours early, watched him go through pregame. And this is not a shot at Ace. This is just like the IQ, the feel. I'm watching Dylan Harper get ready, and Dylan is locked in. He's going through his pregame. He's, there's scouts everywhere. Ace Bailey's giggling, throwing the ball off the glass, trying to, throw down weird alley-oops over and over again. Dylan's locked in, going through his pregame. JJ Redick, what is it? Is it 3-4? No, not 3-4-3. That's Halo. 4-2-3. Anyways, whatever the name of his original studio was.
Did you just mix basketball and video games?
Yeah, I did. 343 Studios was Halo, Bungie. But I can't remember what it was, but it was the number of shots he would take pregame, and he went through the same routine every single game. Like that's like. Yes, JJ's one of the best shooters the game has ever seen, but also the IQ, the feel, the understanding, the preparation, all the stuff that goes around it. Those are the things that impact. And having a coach that can bring those things together is helpful. And that's what Nori has done. He has been that guy.
503-864-6326. I want to read a couple here and we can react to them. I'm relieved that they actually got a legit hire to stress too much about the admittedly bizarre contract. Maybe they'll guarantee the final 2 years after he proves his worth after the first year. Good hire, and hopefully the unique contract ends up not mattering. Second one on expectations from a different texter. Get a star and a top 5 playoff seed. We've been sold how it's all about winning. We had some success last year, and all we've seen is cost cutting. If we get the 7th seed or worse next season, it's a fail, and people will look at what happens in Chicago with Thiago to compare. Now, that is the truth. That's the problem when we were talking about the contract. How the situation was handled leading up to hiring a coach adds that extra pressure on Nori. That's definitely not fair to him, but I would argue every fan base is going to, when you bring in a new coach, is going to instantly demand better than next year. And if that coach ends up getting hired somewhere, is going to do the same thing. So I don't necessarily live in that world.
I'd push back against that a little bit.
Then do it.
I think there's expectations, but there's a sliding scale of expectations. And if you're going to sit here and tell me that coaching doesn't matter, then you can't say there's expectations on a coach to elevate you. Or if coaching matters, then the process to get this coach sucked. You can't have it both ways.
Cake and eat it too.
You know what I mean? Like that's where I'm at with this. I think Nori's going to be a good coach.
I think
do.
so too.
His name came up when it first was a possibility. I said, out of this group, Nori is the best.
I asked you, I didn't know the guy, and you were like, that dude's rad.
Yeah, like I said, I've talked to him a bunch of times over the years. All the other coaches and folks around the league that I've reached out to about him, nobody's said anything negative. Normally I can find something.
Oh, I know you can.
Normally I can find something.
Yeah, we're a couple weeks away from
Yeah.
a year, Danny.
Yeah.
I know you can find something.
But nobody had anything sideways to say about Micah.
That's great.
And I love hearing that. That gives me, that makes me feel better. I've had some people say, you're a lot more fun when you like the Blazers. Tom Dundon has nothing to do with me liking or not liking the Blazers.
What have I said to you? I would actually love a full rebuild. Tank to be the number one pick, and you look at me, you're like, no, you don't.
No.
It's awful.
I don't want
it's
that.
It's awful.
I don't, anybody who thinks that I don't want this team to do well, you're just spinning. You are 100% spinning. I'm not sitting here. You have not heard me say anything about Tom Dundon or this process that has anything to do with outcome in basketball. Why? Because they haven't changed the roster yet. Mm-hmm. That's where the impact is. But when I talk about the things around it, like the coaching staff, if you're getting cheap on the head coach, do you think you're spending money on the assistants? And if you're talking about if all that matters is winning and how aggressive you are and how you're going to go and do these things, don't those things not coexist very well?
In theory, they should.
So those are my hesitations. So when I look at this, I go, okay, possible outcomes for Nori. He's a good coach, but guess what's going to happen in his rookie year? He's going to make mistakes.
And they're going to bring out the pitchforks.
You're going to be pissed off about something about player X not playing.
Dude, it's going to be an out-of-bounds play. I know.
Here's the other thing. For all of the Scoot Henderson, Shaden Sharp, Young Hansen, Donovan Clingan, young guy believers, play the young guys, play the young guys, play the young guys. When you have a coach with a guillotine hanging over his head, you think he's going to want to play the young guys, or is he going to try to win every single night?
He's not going to be so focused on developing as he is just let me win now with what I can build.
How much is he going to push a guy in a given night? You going to rely on Tumani Kamara to give you 40 minutes because you don't trust the other guy off the bench?
That's what Thiago did.
It's what every coach does.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Nori being concerned about what happened previously.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying that we're not worried about night to night. I'm like,
no.
He's going to be very much worried about night to night.
I don't think he's going to worry about the Thiago stuff and how that went down and being compared, because I think you get that in any job.
Oh yeah, no matter what.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
That's par for the course. That comes with that. No, but I'm just saying, like fandom in general. It's like all the people are sitting here screaming about Terry Stotts when they hired Chauncey. What happened?
I wish I had Terry Stotts.
It's like well, you know what? Terry wasn't that bad. It's like, well,
no, Jody wasn't that bad. Quote Danny Marang.
It's like, again, this whole breaking in a new head coach, no matter who it is, Mike Nori, Phil Jackson, I don't care. They're gonna make mistakes in their first couple years. You see it. I remember when Chauncey first came in, he was very adamant, very vocal, and I'm going to throw this guy under the bus. I'm not going to stand for this in the first couple of months. And I'll tell you right now, it didn't go over well in the locker room. Guys did not like getting pinned to the wall. And Chauncey was like, I guess I need to roll that back a little bit. And he did. And, with Thiago last year, he wanted to play a certain way. And then injuries started piling up. And he realized, I can't play this way anymore. I've got to make some changes. Because I asked him the question, I want to say late November, hey, guys are starting to get injured. Are you going to have to change your style? I was like, no, I'm not going to change it. A month later, Thiago, you got to change your style. He's like, yeah, we're just going to have to lean on some guys. We have to go longer shifts. We got to kind of lean.
You have to be adaptive.
And that's the thing is those things are going to happen. And fans are going to freak out. Or he didn't do this or he didn't do that. I'm like, that's coaching, man, is whether or not you will and can adapt and make changes as opposed to being rigid. But I'd also argue rigidness is what has made Tom Thibodeau successful. There's a certain scale of where you're rigid and where you're not.
Harbaugh is
Yes,
a great example.
A perfect example.
Succeeds everywhere he goes until it's time to let
It's
go.
time to go. So, and it's Thibodeau's honestly a very fair comp, I think, for a Harbaugh. Now, Harbaugh did win a title at Michigan, but it's like,
And it's been to a Super Bowl.
yes, like those.
Well, Connor Stallions.
There you go.
Sharon Moore, dude.
Also, hiring staffs. Like those things matter. And like again, Harbaugh, who did he go out and get to go come be his OC?
Such a sexy offense. It's going to be such a sexy offense.
But those are the kind of things I'm talking about. And if you think that it's going to be easy for them to fill out a staff when they don't have a guarantee beyond a year, I'm telling you right now, you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Juiced up.
juiced up. I think someone said it on the text line that it's like maybe he gets lucky and some guys do him some favors to be a part of that staff. That's a lot to hope and wish
That's
for.
what you got in Carolina because you got Brindamore.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. You can't just go back to the well because it worked for you once in a very unique circumstance.
Whoa, we're not supposed to talk about hockey,
Yeah.
Danny.
But that's what
You said you would shoot me.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's my point. Is that just because it worked there in this very unique circumstance, it's like trying to replicate the Big Bang again. It's like it happened once, guys. Like
Probably a reason why it happened once.
yeah, it's like it's a very unique circumstance. Now, I'm not saying that Nori can't work. I'm not saying that at all. But expecting it to be the thing that operates as the catalyst that leads to this, to this, to this, to this, to this. I did it this way, so I'm going to do it that way again in an entirely different, quote unquote experiment. I don't think that's a fair way to justify the experiment.
I think we're having a lot of fun with this. Let's circle back on this in the Big Nooner. Sound good, guys?
It's good.
We like that?
I like it.
I'm really fascinated by this Micah Nori dude. However, me and Heat fans rejoice. We both get what we wanted.
There you go.
Although I think there are two separate reasons.
Probably.
Giannis is in Miami. Hour number deuce. 105.1 The Fan.
Do you owe 10,000?
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the NBA draft was last night as AJ DeBonsa was selected by the Washington Wizards with the number 1 overall pick, followed by Darren Peterson to Utah and Cameron Boozer to Memphis. But some more notables from the first round of the draft as 3 Michigan Wolverines were drafted in the top 15. And with the number 9 pick, newly hired Dallas Mavericks head coach and former head coach at Michigan, Dusty May, selected Morez Johnson Jr., the 6'9" forward out of, you guessed it, Michigan. Some more NBA news for you as Austin Reeves intends to sign a 4-year, $185 million max contract to return to the LA Lakers. The deal comes with a player option in the 2029-2030 season as Reeves scores the richest contract for an undrafted player in NBA history. We have 6 World Cup group stage matches for you today as all of the final matches in the group stage play simultaneously. Group B will kick things off in the Big Nooner with Switzerland versus Canada and Bosnia versus Qatar. At 3 p.m., Group C will take over with Morocco versus Haiti and Scotland versus Brazil. And wrapping up our day of matches is South Africa versus South Korea and Czechia versus Mexico at 6 p.m. Your U.S. men's national team will face off against Turkey tomorrow in their final match of the group stage. The U.S. has already punched their ticket into the knockout stage with wins over Paraguay and Australia as we get set for a 7 p.m. kickoff tomorrow in Los Angeles. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of prime time.
All right, hour number deuce here. If missing the first hour, a lot of Mike Nori talk. Get back to some more of that. I was having fun with that. If you missed the first hour, you can download that, The Fan Podcast, 1051thefan.com, the Odyssey app, wherever you get them. What was his name? Ben Beacon? Yes, I wrote it down. Ben Beacon was on Dirt and Sprague this morning from Locked On Wolves talking about Mike Nori, and that was an excellent conversation that you can go check out wherever you get your podcasts. Let's stick in the NBA, though, Danny. A lot happening yesterday and late Monday night to try to cram into this 3-hour show. I teased it coming into here that me and the Miami Heat both got what we wanted. Look, Miami Heat, those fans, they get Giannis Antetokounmpo, and I get to watch them be really terrible. Here's the haul. Giannis Antetokounmpo and Bobby Portis. Mm-hmm. I'm happy they got Bobby Portis as well. For Tyler Hero, Khalil Ware, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Kasparis, I can't even say his last names. Thank you. 3 first-round picks, including the 13th in yesterday's draft, 1 pick swap, and 1 second-round pick. That's it.
I've seen like a lot of people say, well, you know, that lottery pick this year is a really deep draft. There's 3 truly great players. I think Caleb Wilson has the potential to be a really good player, and there's going to be a guy in that 5 through 9 range that really pops. There's probably going to be a lottery guy that turns out to be a lot better than people expect. But there were very clear gates as far as projections of guys, top 3, and then 4 with Wilson, and then the group of guards from 5 through 9 with Morris Johnson Jr. popping in at 9, going to Dallas. And then after 9, you're kind of your grab bag. It's your Lindberghs and your Adaimaras. Like, don't get me wrong, guys who I think can be good. But this idea that like the 13th pick had this much more value, like the 13th pick never has that much value. Like, well, you know, Giannis is gone, SGA is gone, Jalen Williams. Like, yeah, guys, you're talking about exceptions, not rules. The data out there proves this out.
And Giannis went at 17.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, you can. Nikola Jokic was drafted during a Quesarito commercial, and Draymond Green's a second rounder. Exceptions do not prove rules. That's the whole thing. And the likelihood is those Heat picks, which don't convey until 2030, aren't going to be that valuable.
I would argue the Bucks picks that convey in a couple years might be pretty valuable, especially with Tyler Hero most likely out the door. I found this. This is interesting because you nailed this last week. We were talking about Jimmy Haslam. Mm-hmm. Okay, Kevin O'Connor tweeted this out. Sources say Bucks owner Jimmy Haslam was a driving force in taking the Heat deal for Giannis over Boston's offer. Haslam didn't want to risk Jaylen Brown wanting out of Milwaukee in a year after dealing with Giannis and Myles Garrett trade demands. Haslam wanted certainty, and the Miami deal provided more of that with more total assets in return to Milwaukee. I think that's a smart move on his point in thinking that and not wanting to go through that again. But I also think if you were looking for assets, I think the assets the Blazers have were better assets than what you could have got out of this.
Yeah, I do too. But
that also tells me that Giannis probably really didn't want to come here.
there's a handful. Again, I know what national media has said with regards to Portland and the things around that. I've heard it from people that I very much trust that while not a guarantee, there was an opportunity that he would re-sign in Portland or extend in Portland. But it wasn't a good enough commitment.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't fault that, especially with what you'd be giving up.
I don't fault the Blazers in this at all. I mean, I was out on Giannis as like, in terms of I can have whatever I want. Giannis was not my answer. Mm-hmm. Giannis puts on a Blazer jersey, bro. I own one of those.
Oh, God,
like,
yeah.
I can sit here and say, well, I don't think Giannis's
He'd be the
style
best
of
player in this
play
franchise history.
doesn't quite fit with what the Blazers. I can say that all I want, but the reality is Giannis Antetokounmpo is a Blazer, and that's rad.
He's a top 20 player of all time.
And I know, like, you would have to agree you have the same concerns with Jaylen Brown, but if Jaylen Brown is a Blazer, you're like, dope. I like Jaylen Brown a lot.
Let's figure it out.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you got to figure it out, but I think you'd have to with Giannis or any fill in the blank, unless you get, like, I don't know, Luka. Then you just go.
Figure it out.
Go. Everybody else, figure it out.
Yeah. It's good.
Austin Reeves, figure it out.
Let's go.
LeBron, figure it out.
But as it pertains to the trade itself, Milwaukee did basically extract everything they could from Miami. And Miami's probably going to lose Norman Powell.
I saw that as well because I'm looking at the potential starting five for the Miami, and there was Norman Powell, and I was like, okay, I'm getting there a little more sold that this team could do something.
Well, you're looking at a starting lineup if they kept Powell of Davion Mitchell, Norman Powell, Andrew Wiggins, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Bam Adebayo.
That's not a bad five.
It's not great.
No, and we can talk about the East if you want. Like, it's not bad, but now I find out that you can't afford Norman Powell. Oh, buddy.
And you're going to hope and pray that maybe some free agents are going to go, I like Miami. It's tax-free.
Yeah, I guess a contract break, a team-friendly deal, quote-unquote, only exists in Florida and Texas.
Well, Giannis alone, just from moving from Milwaukee to Miami for those 41 games, is going to make $13 million more a year.
That's pretty nice.
I was talking to Dame during that whole process, and he told me he was going to make roughly $20 million more. And I was like, bro, 20? That's crazy. That's like that's an insane, like, that's why people want to go to Texas and Florida. That's why it matters. It's not like that's a couple $100,000, which again, still great to have, but it's like you're talking about literal tens of millions.
How much do you think Giannis wanting to go to Miami forced the Bucks' hand?
I don't think in the end it did to an extent.
It does in the media. The media is going to sell that to you.
But no, I think it was Haslam. And
I think so too. Hearing that quote, I read that, and what you were talking about last week about Jimmy Haslam, I looked at that and I was like, duh. Maybe that's not how I would operate, but I get it.
Like,
I don't want holdouts, dude. I don't want people forcing their way out.
It's not just that.
We did it with Dame, and Dame did it the most gracious way possible, and that still sucks.
Yeah.
It still sucks.
It's not even just that. It's, what was it, Wednesday we talked about this, I think is what it was. I think it was a week ago. I heard the about ownership back and forth. And I mentioned it, I think, on air yesterday in the couple minutes we were there. The ownership structure in Milwaukee is a little bit different. Jimmy Haslam's a partial owner, and the Edens family is a partial owner. And Haslam is trying to buy the majority stake. And the way that they have run things is every 5 years they change out governors. Wes Edens and his family are the acting governors right now. Haslam will take over in 2028. Well, what happens in 2028 if they had traded for Jaylen Brown? Jaylen Brown is up for an extension and not dealing with that. But it's also, this is Jimmy Haslam. Again, we're talking about, Jimmy Haslam, he's a terrible owner. Well, he's also won an MLS title.
Columbus Crew are one of the best franchises in the MLS. It's not a question.
What relevancy does it have?
Not as much.
None.
I mean, I hate taking shots at my league, but yeah, you're right.
It doesn't have. It's the same thing I go with Dundon in the NHL. Just doesn't. Just because you're successful someplace doesn't mean you're going to do it somewhere else. But with this kind of deal, he's basically trying to, I don't want to say venture capital, but almost future-proof his team. What all you're doing is putting a cap on how good you can be. That's what you're doing, because you're saying you don't want to deal with something, and that scares the crap out of me if I'm a fan.
How good can Miami be? 105.1 The Fan and the Fan Sports Network. We'll go there next.
The biggest questions
Hanging out here talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo being a Miami Heat. Let's talk a little basketball, Danny. I always like to make sure we get...
I got to bring it up.
What?
Jimmy Haslam.
Go for it.
The NBA draft happened last night.
Yes, please.
Just to kind of keep going on the package that the Bucks got, the number 13 overall pick. They selected Nate Ament out of Tennessee.
Skills for days.
I liked Ament. I had him at Hoop Summit.
Doesn't always put it together. Didn't love his season at Tennessee. Very high ups and very low downs.
Yes. But like 6'10" dude who can put ball on the floor and create, that's scarce.
He was one of the guys in the draft that it's like, I get it if you want him, but it scares me if I'm a GM.
It's also your second pick, but he went to the University of Tennessee. Jimmy Haslam, over the years, has donated roughly $200 million to the University of Tennessee.
This is A.J. DeBonsa without us even realizing it. I did not put that together.
He basically paid the NIL for Ament to go to Tennessee.
I love it.
Yeah. But, yes, like...
If I get rich, I'm finding the best basketball player in high school, and he's going to Wazoo.
Going to Wazoo?
Yes.
You won't see me, but there will be signs.
Yes.
Man, Washington State's number one in the preseason polls again?
What happened to Patrick Harris? He would love this right now.
What do you mean they're playing at Patrick Harris Court? Where the hell did that come from?
No, I'd name it after my mom and dad for paying my way through school.
Who's that? Just some billionaire. But no, I just had to bring that up just because, just to kind of, again, highlight.
Dude, that's where the world is now with NIL. See, that's the secret thing about NIL stuff behind the scenes that we don't realize. Look, we talked about Ainge and the Utah Jazz and that ownership helping out BYU in a lot of ways, and that makes sense. We laugh about it.
If Fernando Mendoza was a point guard, do you think that maybe the Dallas Mavericks been looking at him?
Yes.
Just saying, like, hey, real quick, who's the head coach of the Dallas Mavericks?
It is...
Dusty May.
Right, Dusty May.
Who'd they draft?
They drafted a Michigan guy.
I'm just saying, like, is everybody starting to pick it up what I'm putting down now? It's like, yeah, guys, this is how this stuff works.
I know the unintended consequences of NIL that seem a little more behind the scenes, but you're right, dude. $200 million to Tennessee, of course they're taking. That's why they want the Heat's pick this year, was because that's who they wanted. Oh, man, dude, I feel like such an idiot right now.
Owner motivation.
I feel like such an idiot right now. Anybody else going to be good at Tennessee next year?
I mean, they always have some guys.
Okay.
They're usually...
Slick Rick, baby.
Good coach.
Great coach.
Got it done this year.
Not in the tourney.
Well, no,
he did. Of course, I didn't take him to go deep this year.
It's the one time.
Because I was like, never bet on Rick Barnes. Oh, man. Giannis being on the Heat, we can see that, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4 players going, 2 coming back. Mm-hmm. You're going to miss the shooting of Tyler Hero and the youth of the rest. As far as the East is concerned, I don't like Miami that much better than Milwaukee was last year.
Well, it's just kind of the same thing for Milwaukee. It's like you got the Heat starting lineup minus Bam.
Oh, they're not going to be good.
No.
As Joe pointed out on the YouTube chat, like the Blazers won that draft because the Bucks are going to be bad.
Yes, the pick values, like they're probably going to move Harrow, probably.
And they should, because they're not trying to win. I think they know they're not trying to win.
And what are you going to do with Miles Turner? Or are you going to run 2 bigs with Ware and Turner?
I'd move Turner too, dude. Just break it all down. You just traded the franchise's greatest player of all time. End it. Adios.
Because, you control your picks going, don't.
Well, see, that's the other thing. If I don't know what Milwaukee wants to do here.
I don't think Milwaukee knows what Milwaukee wants to do.
Yeah, because to your point, I don't know if those Heat picks are going to turn out as great as they think. Pat Riley, that Miami organization, they don't ever want to be at the bottom.
No.
They will live in mediocrity if it means not being in the lottery for the next 10 years.
For the last 4 years.
Yeah. I mean, since D. Wade was drafted by the Miami Heat and Alonzo Mourning was there and Shaq comes in, since then, that team will not be bad.
No. And again, credit to them.
Oh, sure. That's a franchise I would love. I would love to be constantly in the mix.
But where they're going to be going forward, you have the best defensive front court in the NBA probably with Giannis and Bam. I don't think that's really an argument.
Oh, easily.
But
the defense will be fantastic.
And Davion Mitchell, I mean, his nickname is Off Night.
Oof.
Love that. So defensively, they're going to be good. But offensively, where are you getting your shooting from around Bam and Giannis?
I'm just going to go through the East right now, okay? The Heat were a play-in team. They were the 10 seed. Are the Heat better than the Pistons?
No.
Are the Heat better than the Celtics?
No.
The Knicks.
No.
The Cavs.
No.
The Raptors.
Maybe, just because I'm not a big fan of the Raptors. Eh.
R.J. Barrett to Portland?
What
Is that
about
you're
the
saying?
Celtics head-to-head says that they're going to beat Miami?
Scoring.
Yeah, Tatum and Brown.
You know,
Tatum and Brown versus
And
Bam
White
and
and Pritchard.
Giannis, and who's the 5 in Boston?
the Maya Skata, but I'm not. Look,
Yeah, that's barbecued chicken, as
sure,
Shaq likes
but
to say.
you still got to be able to shoot, and they don't have any shooting on that team.
I don't think you need to when, again, Boston doesn't have a guy who can guard Giannis or Bam Adebayo.
Well, Bam, I'm not worried about. I don't 83 points be damned. I'm not worried about Bam's offense.
Again, you talk about Alex Sarr a lot. That's who he dropped that 83 on.
Yeah, oh no,
Are they better than the Atlanta Hawks?
No, I think the Hawks are rising.
Oh, baby. The Hawks are the Magic and the Pistons of last year. Everybody's on that train. Are they better than the Magic? Right now. Because the Magic could still blow things up.
no, I think the Magic are better.
I think so, too. The Charlotte Hornets.
No, the Miami I would take over Charlotte.
Okay. That's your 9 and 10 seeds. With the Bucks at 11.
No, let's see what the Heat do.
Rumor on the street, I'm being told, is they are interested in Anthony Simons. Cheap deal.
Also,
Get
where's
buckets.
Where's Ant from?
I don't know that.
Florida.
He's from Florida.
He would very much welcome going home.
Here's my next question, Danny. How many games do Bam and Giannis play together?
60.
I was going to say, does anybody know the second most points scored by Bam Adebayo in a game? And I will go with that.
No, it's like 37.
Stick to my guns.
I'm not worried about Giannis breaking down yet.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I wonder how much impact Spo had on this. Or is it just kind of like, yeah, I'll take Giannis. If he likes the schematics
You know how
of it.
Spo won a title? Getting good players.
That is true. Good players win. And they seem to figure it out with Alonzo Mourning and Shaquille O'Neal on the same team.
I don't fault the Heat for going after Giannis and gutting their roster. I don't.
I don't either. I just don't like what's left.
In all reality, it's probably not about this year. It's about next year.
For the Heat?
Yeah.
What is it about next year that's better than this year then?
You would have the ability to move some things around. You'd have the full cycle to work through to fill out your roster. Can you move Wiggins for something if he's not a part of it? Can you make a move somewhere else? Can somebody force their hand somewhere else when their contract's coming up? Something along those lines.
Does Wiggins still got a little bit of a bag?
I mean, Wiggins is a good player.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not number one pick, level type good, but he's not a bad player.
Well, we can go through a plethora of number one picks that have not been awesome over the last 20 years.
Yeah, I know, but he's not that guy. But is Andrew Wiggins good? Yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
He's 100% good.
He was good on the Warriors that year they won the title. He was a big
He's
part of
won
that.
the title. He's been an all-star. Like he's a good player. I have nothing against him as far as like overall production, but I don't think he's lived up to his career projection at all.
We talked about this with Mike Nori making a mistake and the pitchforks coming out.
Mm-hmm.
How long until the Heat fans lose their ass over this?
Over what?
This not working, quote unquote.
Oh, it's going to be short term.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to demand excellence, even though the rest of the roster doesn't make any sense.
10 games? 25.
Post Christmas.
When the NBA starts.
Yeah.
They'll give them that 2-month runway.
Yeah. So probably 30 plus.
Boy, how ugly is it going to get in Miami if this doesn't work out?
When they're shooting 33% from three as a
Dude,
team.
if this doesn't work out, that's what I'm here for right now.
Whee!
The whole Damian Lillard thing made me very, very petty. Dude, I've always respected the Miami Heat. I like Riles. Sleazy, sure, but I like Riles. Spo is top 2 coach in the NBA. I love Eric Spoelstra. I think what they've done over the years is awesome. LeBron in Miami is the best basketball player I've ever seen. However, I can't help but root against them in this situation because of the Damian Lillard stuff.
How crazy is it?
It's just I find them so obnoxious. That not the organization, the fan base. I find them so obnoxious that I'm just like, good, you got what you wanted, and I hope this thing blows up in your face.
How crazy is it that Dwayne Wade is the third best player for that franchise?
Of anybody that's worn the jersey,
How crazy is
Not
it that
that.
Shaquille O'Neal doesn't necessarily get very high up on
No.
the list if Dwayne Wade's there?
Yeah.
no, but the greatest player in Heat history is Dwayne Wade.
No.
Not
Well,
the greatest player to ever don the jersey.
Well, no, but even then,
It's
still
still
LeBron.
Braun.
For 4 years?
Oh, Miami, LeBron is.
Oh, I just said it. He's
Yeah.
the best player I've ever seen play
That's what I mean.
basketball.
That's what elevates.
But D
that.
Wade being there for
More valuable in the sense of like what he was.
Well, definitely.
Sure, but like the best player that franchise has ever had, it's LeBron James. I agree with you. Miami Heat LeBron James is the best player I've ever seen play the game.
yeah.
Offensively, defensively,
Number 6
playmaking,
number 6 was
physical
just
freak,
unbelievable.
6'9", 315 pounds of just pure
Juiced.
unadulterated juice muscle. Just diabolical stuff.
If you want to know how to take steroids, look at that.
Just, I mean, and I don't care. But
No, you don't.
I mean, Giannis as a player, as an all-time player, as great as Wade is, and I love him, I would take Giannis over him all time as far as like what he can do and how productive he can be. Now, if you want to say Dwayne Wade, I'm not going to tell you you're crazy. Dwayne Wade's easily a top 50 player of all time, but I've got Giannis.
Great offense, great defense.
Great defense.
Didn't know the offense was going to come, and it came out of nowhere and was great.
Giannis is also a defensive player of the year caliber defender.
This is also true.
So,
To Panda's point on the YouTubes, what happens when one of those guys get hurt? Like a bad hurt. I mean, that's a roll of the dice on any team, but those two specifically,
Oh, yeah,
if Giannis or Bam go down for a considerable amount of time, dude, that is a rough place to live in. Because now not only is your roster gutted
and your assets are gone.
but now you have one good player instead of two good players.
That's the risk,
and
though.
heaven forbid both of them go. And I don't want to hyperbole that too much and go too much into that because that can happen to anybody. You know, if you're high on the Blazers next year, you're like, oh, Dame's back, and Denny's going to take a step, and Donovan's going to take a step, and Shaden will be a starter, blah, 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 blah. But then Dame blows his Achilles again. You know, Donovan tears a knee. Denny dislocates a shoulder.
Why are you putting all this out there? God.
Because remember, if I put it out, the opposite
That's
happens. True. Yes. I'm the opposite.
We don't need Denny
of the
getting any more
jinx.
car accidents.
Giannis, moving on. I want to ask you, Dan, I want to get into what this means for the Blazers, but also, what do you do for Jaylen Brown right now?
Ooh.
That's a sticky situation in Boston. We'll go there next. Toss it to Casey over there with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the NBA draft was last night as A.J. DeBonsa was selected by the Washington Wizards with the number 1 overall pick, followed by Darren Peterson to Utah and Cameron Boozer to Memphis. Some more notables from the first round of the draft as 3 Michigan Wolverines were drafted in the top 15, and with the number 9 pick, newly hired Dallas Mavericks head coach and former head coach at Michigan, Dusty May, selected Morez Johnson Jr., the 6'9 forward out of, you guessed it, Michigan. Some more NBA news for you as Austin Reeves intends to sign a 4-year, $185 million max contract to return to the LA Lakers. The deal comes with a player option in the 2029-2030 season as Reeves scores the richest contract for an undrafted player in NBA history. We have 6 World Cup group stage matches for you today as all of the final matches in the group stage play simultaneously. Group B will kick things off in the Big Nooner with Switzerland versus Canada and Bosnia versus Qatar. At 3 p.m., Group C will take over with Morocco versus Haiti and Scotland versus Brazil. And wrapping up our day of matches is South Africa versus Korea and Czechia versus Mexico at 6 p.m. Your U.S. men's national team will face off against Turkey tomorrow in their final match of the group stage. The U.S. has already punched their ticket to the knockout stage with wins over Paraguay and Australia as we get set for a 7 p.m. kickoff tomorrow in Los Angeles. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Sports Saturday with Joe
mean to put the evil out there in the ethos, Danny, I swear. I did not mean to
Injury after injury after injury.
I would never, ever, ever do that intentionally. I was trying to make an example, and everyone thinks that I'm a witch doctor now. That's all right.
Mild update. Micah Nori will be introduced as Portland's new head coach tomorrow afternoon.
Okay,
at 11
bye,
o'clock.
Danny.
So I will not be here tomorrow afternoon. So.
Well, that'll be great. No, I one thing I'll give you a ton of credit for and respect for is when they open it up to press. Last few, at least since we've been working together, and I've really been paying attention to you specifically. You ask good questions, bud.
I try to workshop, especially for stuff like this. I definitely try to make sure I come with 5 or 6 in my pocket.
Ask him if we can get Anthony Edwards.
There you go.
Is your relationship with Ant Edwards so good that he wants to be a Blazer? Yes or no?
And it's funny is I do have people ask me or send me, tweets or DMs like, hey, can you ask this? Hey, can you ask this? There has been times when I've asked a version of that because I'm like, actually, that's a really good question. I will ask that.
On the text line, completely understand why Milwaukee did what they did, and as a Blazer fan, I'm optimistically excited about the picks staying in Portland. Bucks aren't going to be bad. They're going to be mediocre, especially when the Blazer picks hit. But sure, Portland should keep them, draft the next Cooper Flag. Oh, crap. Oh, and wait till 2034 until they're relevant. So it's like everybody's all over the place when it comes to this stuff. But the new draft lottery situation, Milwaukee can be mediocre, and those draft picks might turn out better if they're mediocre than absolute rock bottom.
Well, that's the thing is like that's what I tend to believe is that because picks 4 through 10 now have a higher value scaling and your likelihood of getting them is higher as far as like that swath being wider and that percentage going up, your overall chance of that pick being more valuable is better in the long term.
Miami isn't going to win. It's a lifestyle move. I don't know. Giannis as a GM might bring in his bros. Chris Middleton, Kevin Porter Jr. Maybe the Blazers can trade Holiday to the Heat for a future pick to save salary when they trade for Jaylen Brown.
I can tell you right now, Kevin Porter Jr. ain't going to Miami.
And I'll tell you now, I don't think Jaylen Brown's getting out of Boston. I think as
We'll
messy,
see.
I think as messy as that situation has kind of become because it's been public. Mm-hmm. And I think guys know the Luka thing. We talk about this all the time. The Luka thing cemented. Anybody's available. Mm-hmm. Now, airing it out in the media is a little tough. Brad Stevens came out and said, he is a foundational block of our team. Of course he is.
In other words, hey, guys, look, if we're going to trade him, get your money up.
Yeah.
That's what that is. Mm-hmm. I firmly believe, like, over the last 48, 72 hours, when was it Giannis was traded? 48 hours ago? There you go, a little more than that, 60 hours ago. Plenty of people were talking about Jaylen Brown and his availability. So the idea that he's a foundational piece that they wouldn't trade, no, that's them flagging the offers aren't good enough, guys. If you want Jaylen Brown, we just saw what Giannis went for.
That's just, I'm going to get my pound of flesh. Mm-hmm. This is a guy, if I'm going to break up my duo of Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, the dynasty that I'm so far starting in Boston, I'm going to make sure I get a few options with it.
Yeah, if you're Brad Stevens in that front office, I think number one option was Giannis. I wouldn't be shocked if number two option is Jaylen Brown. That if we can go get Giannis and it costs Jaylen Brown, we'll do that. Mm-hmm. And if we don't, then our answer is Jaylen Brown. Yeah. He's a finals MVP. We're happy with him. They're going to have to go back to the drawing board because they need some big help. Mm-hmm. And I mean that literally big. They need bigs.
Yeah, no. And
Giannis is going to fill that void for them.
And not only that, they're a team that very much is interested in Rob Williams.
And
shocking.
Yeah. I mean, he was great from there previously, and they need size. Mm-hmm. So maybe if I'm Boston, you take Jaylen out to dinner and coddle him up a little bit, and you say, hey, bud, you're here.
Some egos were hurt.
I'm sure they were. But
and this isn't the first time for Jaylen. I'm thinking that he was the guy this year. And I think he might have gotten a taste of what it feels like to be the guy. And even, it's not a direct comparison, but I think this is the longer drawn-out version of Dame and LaMarcus. The difference is their general manager in Boston isn't mismanaging it on an epic scale.
I kind of see this a lot more like Dame and CJ, where it's two guys who can score, but I want the ball in my hand. I need the ball more in my hand to be a creator. And if I'm going to have to dish it off to Jason Tatum just so he can get his shots up, I'm taking away from the shots that I can be getting.
Yeah, but those guys had a more symbiotic relationship. That's the thing is with Damon.
They also liked each other.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I don't know if Jalen loves Jason Tatum.
They do. They do like each other, but there's some competing ego there, and I think that was there with Damon LaMarcus, but not because of those guys going against each other, but because of like what the other thought the other might have believed, and that was a failure of leadership. And not between those guys, but at the top in Neil Olshey. That's where the failure occurred, and that's what Brad Stevens is trying to make sure that doesn't happen here.
And these are the things you have to kind of deal with if you're Brad Stevens, if you're Joe Cronin. Look, Joe Cronin wanted in on Giannis, but he had to know what his backup plan is. Mm-hmm. He had to know what the backup to the backup is.
And I'll tell you right now, the guys that were in those deals, they know.
They know.
They know.
Look, Shaden ain't out there assuming he's going to be a Blazer for life.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
So
if Damian Lillard can get traded from the Blazers, yeah, buddy. Luka Doncic is a Laker. Do I need to say that again? Luka Doncic is a Laker.
Unless you got a real long-term contract and you got a lot of roots in someplace and you have the leverage to demand a trade and to say no to trades, don't buy long-term housing. Don't spend all your money.
What's the Blazer backup plan with no Giannis? We've known for a little bit that Giannis wasn't going to come here.
Sure.
Is it still going after for Jaylen Brown?
I think you're making those calls.
Yeah, I think you have to.
I think you're making those calls on Anthony Davis.
Jaylen Brown doesn't get cheaper, though, does he?
No.
He doesn't get more expensive, though.
No.
They have their price.
Is the move load up on size like the rest of the league is doing, or is it play small ball and try to figure out how to do it that way?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that answer. Are you in the East or the West? What did the Thunder draft last night?
Another big.
A 7-footer.
Yep.
Why do they need a 7-footer?
Because they've got another big and Thomas Sorber who missed out all of last year because of surgery.
And who plays in the state to the south?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then what about the Jazz? They only got better as well because they have 4 lengthy defenders and now a really good scorer.
Mm-hmm.
I hate doing that. I hate looking around your conference.
Oh, I
but
heard Sprague this morning. He goes, I think last night that you can make an argument that the Jazz passed up the Blazers. And I want to say last week sometime they talked about teams that could make a surprise dark horse run to the finals, and you couldn't use any of the last teams that had competed in the finals in that group.
You got to truly, truly go.
Yeah,
I mean, the conversation that we were having last week was, all right, A.J. DeBonsa goes to Utah, and how do they figure out how to work in that with Lauri Markkanen, Walker Kessler, and
Jackson Jr.
Triple J?
Yeah. But
now it's, Darren Peterson's going to be playing alongside Triple J, Walker Kessler, Keontae George, and Triple J.
I got their depth chart up right now.
Lauri Markkanen.
I got their depth chart up right now. Keontae George, Darren Peterson, Lauri Markkanen, Jaren Jackson Jr., Walker Kessler.
That's a really good starting five.
Sounds like they're going to bring back Nurkic.
And then off the bench, you've got
Kyle Filipowski,
Isaiah Collier,
Ace Bailey.
That's
a pretty nice team.
I told them, look, I wouldn't say that they would win the NBA Finals, but if you're looking outside of the Minnesota Houstons, because you can't say Oklahoma City, you can't say Denver, you can't say San Antonio.
You're talking like Minnesota's back-to-back Western Conference Finals run.
If you told me that the Utah Jazz won 46 to 50 games next year, it would not surprise me. Lauri Markkanen is very good. And Jaren Jackson Jr. is very good. Walker Kessler is very good. Keontae George took a massive leap last year. You were putting Darren Peterson in a spot where he doesn't have to do everything. Look at what we saw from Con Knipple. He didn't have to do everything.
And Ace Bailey is only going to evolve more kind of in that Dylan Harper-esque where his role off the bench only just becomes...
He doesn't have to do everything.
Yeah, that's really impressive.
The Utah Jazz were 22-60. They were tanking from the start. The second they traded for Jaren Jackson Jr., they shut everyone down.
Lauri Markkanen was playing 20 minutes a night, and got to go.
Yep.
And Lowry still averaged 27 a game.
So being 22-60, being fifth in the division, and not making the playoffs, obviously, and landing the second overall pick is not extremely indicative of how talented this team is.
That team is loaded.
Ainge knew what he was doing.
Yes.
And he got Darren Peterson out of it.
And they do it again.
Yeah, they would. I would do it too.
It makes sense.
Does that count as mystery box?
No.
Okay.
If Peterson doesn't hit, it will have absolutely nothing to do with basketball. Nothing to do with basketball.
Yeah, Rob and I were talking about that yesterday. Just wrong people around him.
I told Rob
too.
when Kansas got Darren Peterson, I go, brother, you are getting one of the best prospects you've ever had come through that university. And I go, There's going to be a caveat, though. There's other stuff around it, but talent-wise, he's him.
This was asked on the text line, and yeah, I'm going to open this can of worms. Would you offer a package for Jaylen Brown that includes Denny and picks?
No. I heard Dirt and Sprague this morning both say that they would trade Denny for Jaylen Brown right away. I would not. Financially, I don't think it makes sense. Is Jaylen better than Denny? Yes. Is it better to have better players in general? Yes. But I don't think that moves you that much closer, and it drastically limits what else you can do. Denny's on one of the best, and you got to win games. I understand that. Denny was also an all-star. He's also 5 years younger.
He's my Sebastian Berhalter. Berhalter for Vancouver Whitecaps is on the best deal in the MLS, and he's a backup midfielder for Team USA. And Vancouver's pretty good.
Yeah. Now again,
good contracts do matter.
It matters around the structure around things. If there's other moves involved, you've got my attention.
Maybe I'll throw that on the dock. We could put that on 10 toes down tomorrow because I don't know where I am. Mm-hmm. I think I'm yes. I think I'm with the Sunrise guys. I'm yes.
The thing is, you can't just trade Denny. You can't
the money's got to work.
That's the thing. So you're giving away a lot more for that. Yeah. And I don't think that helps you in the, to use an Olsheism, I don't think it helps you in the aggregate.
I am just mad at whoever put Jaylen Brown in a PDX carpet jersey because then I went, yes, I want that. Mom, I want that.
A lot of good Photoshops out there these days.
I know. They're so good and they get me every time. Mm-hmm. My kids are really good at spotting AI, though.
It's because it's all they use.
I know. Well, it might be a good trick for us when we're old and stupid.
So you don't get caught?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dad, that looks like AI. Ooh, thank you.
Yeah. No, the one that gets me now is the AI music. There's some good songs out there.
Dude, I found someone put it across, like they blew it up on my Reddit feed about this is a fake band, and when you go to Spotify or wherever you get your music,
there's no photos, there's no nothing.
There are like album covers. They put out 3 albums in 1 year. You're like, huh, interesting.
That's crazy.
And all their covers look AI. But I was like, okay, so maybe they used AI to design their cover. When you listen to it, dude, it sounds just like it was like, you know the band America? Ventura Highway, Tin
Sister
Man,
Golden Hair.
Sister Golden Hair. They sounded like that with a little electric guitar.
Well, that's the thing is like,
and I listened to it, I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah, you need to send me that.
It's simple.
Well, no,
it's not intricate.
They plug in like the catalogs of the artists they're trying to mimic, and stylistically, like if you play a Metallica song and strip everything away, I'm gonna know it's Metallica by the style. I'm gonna know it's Killswitch Engage. I'm gonna know it's Linkin Park. I'm gonna know like whoever it is. If I hear a T.I. beat, I'm going to know that's an Atlanta beat. Like, you know what I mean? Like, when you start feeding those things into it, it becomes this thing that just feeds on itself, and I hate that I like it.
What if I feed...
That's the synths. You'll hear the synths, and you'll go, I know who did that.
Casey, I'm interested in your thought on this, too. If I put my music into AI to write a song for me...
You can already do that.
Well, I know. Is that cheating?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it
there's
is.
There's a podcast platform.
I kind of want to hear it.
If you want to know about something,
I work at writing songs daily.
Dude, and writing is brutal.
Again, I could show you my waste bin. It's just filled with crumpled up pieces of paper. That's just how it is. A lot of trial and error.
You still pen and paper?
Yeah,
that a boy.
Very much so.
I only use pen.
I have a fountain pen that I write.
Ooh! I didn't know we were in the world of booze over here.
Are we dipping?
No, it's got ink cartridges, but I ran out of ink cartridges, so I got to order them on Amazon.
I'm sure they're super expensive. Maybe I'll buy them for you for dissing your hard work while we were at the Fan Golf Classic.
It's just more of an inconvenience. They're so far away.
Web Gems is next. Everybody's favorite, 105.1 The Fan. All right, everybody's favorite Web Gems. Do it every single day at 11:45. We'll give you a glimpse into the big nooner. A lot of draft stuff we still got to get to. We'll probably talk some Micah Nori, some more as well. And ESPN already doing the thing. I have some audio from that to share with you, Danny. And if it drives you as crazy as it drives me crazy, buckle up, buddy.
On to the next.
Oh, God. It's just so nauseating. So nauseating. We're probably going to kill ESPN in the entire third hour. But Web Gems today brought to you by Sauce Gardner. Do you have any reason why I'm talking to you about Sauce Gardner?
No.
Apparently, for the longest time, Sauce Gardner has been told that he is listed at 25 years old, and he is, in fact, 24 years old, and he has had to address this situation again. For some reason, on websites including Pro Football Focus, ESPN.com, Yahoo Sports, have said that he was born on August 31st of 2000, which, in fact, he was born August 31st of 2001. How do you mess this up?
Somebody messed up the original paperwork.
Going into the league office?
What gets sent out? Because that's what they're taking. The PR department, somebody fat-fingered a 1 over 0 or a 0 over 1.
He says his driver's license is accurate. Should we investigate him for, voter fraud?
Ooh.
Did he leave college too early?
I mean, come on.
Was he not eligible?
The man played for the Jets. He's had enough.
Let's give him a pass.
Give him a pass.
The last thing the man needs is a federal investigation into voter fraud.
He's had enough. He's had enough. Just let him be.
What if he just says to you, I don't care if I'm 24 or 25. I'm not a Jet.
Yeah. Call whatever you want. I'll be that. I'll be that.
I hope he has a great year this year. I hope he's healthy because that Colts team could be really fun.
I love Sauce.
He seems like a fun dude.
Yeah.
I just find
Really
it
good, too.
I just find it hilarious that he's had to point this out multiple times. It was during a recent back and forth with reporters about his leadership role as a veteran defender, and he was like, I'm 24, by the way. Yes, you've been in the league, and you've played at a high level in the league. I don't know if I would call Sauce Gardner a veteran quite yet.
I think he's approaching that.
Third year corner?
Yeah.
That's
Third year.
That's a veteran corner.
If the league average is 3.5, give me to that 4, and then I'll give it to you.
That's in the corner position.
That falls off at 4 years.
Yeah, that's a veteran corner.
I'm going to push back on that.
How long did Nnamdi Asomugha have a All-Pro career?
But Nnamdi Asomugha was in the NFL for a long time. If the average NFL lifespan is 3.5 years,
I don't think Nami was, though.
give me to 3.5.
Was he in the NFL for a long time?
Get me to 3.5, and then I will call Sauce a veteran.
I want to say Nnamdi only did 7 or 8 years.
That's double what this guy's got right now.
That's also double the length of a career. That's veteran.
Or do we just discover tiers of veterans?
Nami played 10 years. And
10 years is a long time.
But
Made
yeah,
a
I mean-
ton of money, too, because of one season.
No, 3 years.
Oh, I suppose that's true.
He was-
but I feel like everyone found out in that one season, and then he made bogus money.
Yeah, it's funny. Nnamdi had, was it 3 straight years, I think it was? 3 straight years? Yeah, 3 straight years of 1 pick. Because nobody
threw to him.
They're like, because he had 8 picks the year before, and they're like, we're not going to do that anymore.
I do remember that. I was a big Nnamdi guy, too. I thought he was smooth.
He was the least thrown at corner in the NFL for like 3 straight years.
And you guys traded him to Philly, correct?
Yep. He was a 3-time first-team All-Pro.
But I think he went to Philly, and I think that's where everything fell apart,
Yeah,
right?
It did.
Yeah, that Philly roster kind of fell apart. That was the Philly Chip Kelly era.
Oh, okay.
That was the LaShawn McCoy, I don't get to wear the correct color pair of socks, Chip Kelly era.
And also the text line, he was a Jet. That automatically makes him a veteran. That's like the difference between a peacetime veteran and a wartime veteran. You've been on a deployment, you're a veteran.
You're a vet.
You're a veteran.
That is true. He's been to one practice as a Jet, therefore he is the most experienced person at practice.
You're in the military from 96 through 2000. It's different. You're a veteran from 2001 to 2005. That's a very different story.
Average NFL cornerback career lasts approximately 3.5 years among active players.
Give me to 4 and you're a vet.
Well, no, he's already at 75% of the way.
I know. Give me 100%.
Well, no, that's out of the league, though. So you're beyond that.
My rules. Remember, Danny, I only surround myself around people that say what I want to hear.
That's not good.
That's how I inject my news. That's how I vote in my politics.
It's not good.
Nope,
how I
don't
do
like
it.
that.
That's how I do it.
It's not good.
That's why I live in Vancouver.
It's problematic.
Big Nooner is next. We'll talk some more Mike and Nori chatter, and we'll get to the NBA draft as well. And, well, ESPN did the thing. Loaded final hour, 105.1 The Fan.
This is the International Soccer Report, brought to you by Gold PDX on the corner of Southeast Hawthorne and 18th Avenue. Food, spirits, football.
Off goes Cancelo, delivering the cross! Ronaldo!
That's Darren Fletcher. Ronaldo, that guy. Cristiano Ronaldo with 2 goals yesterday for Portugal makes up for some of that narrative of him being MIA in the first game. We'll see how far they go. Portugal looked pretty good yesterday. They put 5 spot on the board. The International Soccer Report brought to you by Goal PDX. Check out GOL PDX for all your big tourney matches this summer. Goal PDX, food, spirits, and football.
Sponsored by BetMGM. Own your moment. Make it legendary. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Pat Boyle here to help you beat the books with Westwood One Sports. Morocco plays Haiti today at the World Cup, and I think this could be an ugly blowout. Morocco's tied for first right now at Brazil in Group C. If they and Brazil both win, the tiebreaker comes down to goal difference. So they have every reason and incentive to
From the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This sports update is brought to you by Stone Creek Golf Club, Oregon's best public course under $100. StoneCreekGolfClub.net. First on the Fan, the NBA draft was last night as A.J. DeBonsa was selected by the Washington Wizards with the number 1 overall pick, followed by Darren Peterson to Utah and Cameron Boozer to Memphis, with some more notables from the first round of the draft as 3 Michigan Wolverines were drafted in the top 15, and with the number 9 pick, newly hired Dallas Mavericks head coach and former head coach at Michigan, Dusty May, selected Morez Johnson Jr., the 6'9 forward out of, you guessed it, Michigan. Some more NBA news for you as Austin Reeves intends to sign a 4-year, $185 million max contract to return to the LA Lakers. The deal comes with a player option in the 2029-2030 season as Reeves scores the richest contract for an undrafted player in NBA history. We have 6 World Cup group stage matches for you today, as all of the final matches in the group stage play simultaneously. Group B will kick things off in the Big Nooner with Switzerland versus Canada and Bosnia versus Qatar. At 3 p.m., Group C will take over with Morocco versus Haiti and Scotland versus Brazil. And wrapping up our day of matches is South Africa versus South Korea and Czechia versus Mexico at 6 p.m. Your U.S. men's national team will face off against Turkey tomorrow in their final match of the group stage. The U.S. has already punched their ticket to the knockout stage with wins over Paraguay and Australia as we get set for a 7 p.m. kickoff tomorrow in Los Angeles. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the firm of Harris.
Down, one to go here. The firm of Harris and Marang. Welcome into the Big Nooner. We do this bad boy every single Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Thanks for being a part of our day. We're stoked to be a part of yours. After us, it's still bonus hour of the Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson all summer long, all summer break from 1 to 3, and then it's prime time from 3 to 7. That's 13 hours of live, local, continuous regional sports talk radio. Started with the Sunrise guys this morning, Dirt and Sprague, my favorite morning show. I learned on that show this morning that Brandon Sprague and John Stockton are the same person.
Skinny white guys that can blend in anywhere?
Height, weight, the whole combo. Yeah, apparently Sprague is John Stockton. I'm okay, dude. GU, legend.
That's why Stockton was able to walk around Barcelona.
That's my guy, dude. John Stockton's my guy. And they also decided, I think the text line decided that Andy Dirt Johnson is Max Muncy.
Max Muncy, yeah.
Except for Muncy, I think, has an inch on Andy.
More than that. Muncy's 5'10".
I think Dirt said he was 5'9". Oh, he said he's 5'8".
Yeah.
He's 5'8". Yeah, that makes me the smallest. Breaking news, guys. Breaking news.
Well, only one of us has a milk crate under their feet right now.
That is true. I am very relaxed with this milk crate under my feet, just so you know. Look, I told this yesterday. We were at the Fan Golf Classic, and I said this before. I said it while we're there, and I'll say it now. Look, there is no level of shame you can put on me because I will most likely come up with better zingers because nobody knows how bad I am at it than I am.
Oh, yeah, no. Self-deprecating is
like Danny takes a shot at the crate underneath me, and I'm like, yeah, there's a crate under my feet. And guess what? My legs are crossed, and I am kosher right now.
My feet are comfy.
I am so relaxed, hanging out with you, watching this Canada-Switzerland game, thankfully on mute.
I always get jealous when I look over at Tiff in the car, and she's got her legs crossed in the seat. I'm like, I couldn't do that if I tried.
I know. Preschool passed out once on a road trip with her feet up, and I was like, ugh.
There's not enough real estate for me to get my legs up there.
Plus, your hips ain't going there.
No.
Yeah, the hips are just in an absolute
tire fire
damage.
Speaking of that, I started pimping Danny out yesterday. I was trying to get people to. I said if you hit a hole in one on the 6th, you can ride on Danny's shoulders, and Danny just till my hips give out.
Yeah. One guy was like, he's like $3 I'm like, I'm good that. We can go up and down, but if you want me to the horizontal movement, that ain't happening.
Ooh, that's
as soon as these gears need to start grinding,
we're
good.
It's a pulley system. We can go up and down, but if you're trying to cover ground, no.
Yeah,
you ever seen an elevator sway? No,
yeah,
it's not meant to do that.
No, these cylinders go up and down. They don't go left or right.
So now I know that is not good enough motivation to get holes in one.
No.
See, like I said, I don't know anything about golfing. I know about golf.
I haven't heard anything about yesterday from any of the other holes. I don't think anybody really got close
to a hole in one.
Yeah.
Are there other par 3s at Langdon?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 4, 3, 6.
I'm just gonna.
It's been a while, so I really only off the top of my head be able to tell you what 6 looks like.
3 is too. It's super short with the one in the trees. But yeah, no, I think there's 4 out there.
That's probably where I should learn how to play golf, is on a par 3 course.
That's what I'm saying.
They got one out at Edgefield, right?
Yeah, there's a bunch of par 3 courses on the south side, and then
Because, bro, we're just trying to make contact with a ball
You can
before
also-
we're
yeah.
actually driving it distance.
Go to a driving range. Start there.
Yeah.
Go to Top Golf.
Eh.
That's just fun.
I'd rather just be outside and golfing and just be bad.
Well, you don't have to move as much in Top Golf.
Oh, see?
Mm-hmm.
That was a smart move. Did you catch Danny over there tugging at my heartstrings?
Not moving.
You can be fat and lazy.
Just get. To be honest, if you golf at a course, you can get a cart where you don't have to have a push cart. All you got to do is drive up to your ball. You don't have to move that much.
That is true. All right, I'm in.
See? And if you want to push it a little bit, you go to an executive course and you walk the executive course just to get a little movement, but it's not that far.
What's an executive course?
No par 5s.
Oh, okay. See,
And it's-
that's
and-
talking my language.
And it's short par 4s.
Short par 4s?
Yeah. So you go. Yeah, one of those.
That's what it sounded like.
Oh, no, I definitely said short.
I don't know if you caught this, Danny, but ESPN, they did the thing last night. Or I think it might have been 2 days ago. I don't remember when I got this. This is Brian Windhorse on one of those ESPN shows.
Julius Randle traded to the Nets. Wendy, why is this interesting beyond the player himself?
Okay, so if you say to me Giannis has now been traded, who would be the next NBA star that you would watch? The answer would be Anthony Edwards. And it just so happens that this trade happens at the same time Giannis gets traded. This is a salary dump. The Timberwolves have paid $100 million in luxury tax over the last 3 years. It coincides with their 3 best years of their franchise history, 2 conference finals, and they made it to the second round this year. But in addition to this move, dumping Julius Randle, they signed Ayo Dosunmu last night to a 5-year, $112 million contract. So essentially, they're taking the money that they're saving by dumping Randle and re-signing a player that they already have.
Right.
They are not adding to the team. Already, Anthony Edwards has watched Karl Towns, a player he totally fit with on the court, be traded to the Knicks and win a championship. Last summer, they let Nickeil Alexander-Walker go. He goes and wins Most Improved Player down in Atlanta. Now, Julius Randle was not good in the playoffs. I am not arguing that Julius Randle should be the running mate for Ant Edwards, but they trade him in a salary dump. It's not a good trend for the Timberwolves, and you have to wonder how Ant looks at that.
This just in, Anthony Edwards should be traded. He needs to go to a large market. Can the Knicks get Anthony Edwards? How can Anthony Edwards find his way to the Lakers?
Well, there's already been some rumbling. This is what stars do.
They just couldn't help themselves.
Oh, no, they can't.
They just could not help themselves.
look,
we can't let this thing even breathe.
I mean, they're going to froth over Ant Edwards because he's so damn marketable.
Well, yeah. I mean, he is the American face right now, is he not?
Yes.
They want it to be Tatum, and you could maybe say it's Tatum.
It's not.
For my money, it's Ant Edwards
Oh, no,
because
it
he's
is.
kind of a bad boy.
I'd say it's Ant and Hallie.
Ooh, Hallie's a good point. Yeah, we can't forget Hallie. He was out all year.
They're working their way there. But no, but let's also run this back. Where have Minnesota Stars gone?
To championships?
Yeah.
Who else outside of Carl am I not thinking of?
Andrew
Garnett.
Wiggins.
Oh, Kevin Garnett.
Wiggins.
Andrew
Love.
Wiggins.
The literal best players in
Kevin
that
Love.
franchise's history.
Oh, dang.
All left and won titles.
Oh, dang, dude.
Bodies.
Whoa.
Bodies.
I'm full on Keanu right now. Whoa.
Yeah, dude.
I did not piece that together.
Every single one of their franchise bests have gone on to somewhere else and
Kevin
won
Love
titles.
went to Cleveland, won a title. KG went to Boston, won a title.
Let's just say wherever Anthony Edwards ends up, I will be placing a future on that team.
It's not been a well-run organization over the years.
It's too bad.
Glenn Taylor was a really bad owner.
Yeah, Finchie will get fired too if they lose Ant Edwards.
I don't think Finchie's going to want to be there if they lose Ant
Yeah,
Edwards.
he might get himself fired. Do it intentionally.
Again, if Finchie gets fired, then the rest of the NBA coaching market just goes, and I'll sit back down.
However, kind of like back to the Giannis aspect of this, Giannis is a lot older than Ant Edwards.
Oh, yeah.
If Ant Edwards wants out, and this is public, this ain't a Luka behind the scenes hush garbage deal that the Lakers got, what is Anthony Edwards worth?
Everything.
But I'm asking, what is everything?
Everything. You have to have so much, and I don't think a deal could get done.
Nobody has that.
No. Not unless you're trading one of the 5 best players in the league.
The Spurs have decided they want Ant Edwards. What does it take? You're the GM of Minnesota.
Probably
what does that take?
Harper, Castle.
Harper and Castle and Capital. Wow.
Harper Castle and maybe Champagne with you.
Oh no, I mean that's a throw in at that point.
Wow. Some salary thing you got to throw in. Yeah. Wow.
And the picks that aren't nailed down. And even then, probably those.
No protection.
No.
Wow.
Ant's a top 10 player in the league.
Dude, Ant's my guy. I would die to have Ant here.
I mean, Ant and Wemby would be, but also I think Dylan Harper's going to be really freaking good.
Yeah, I think so too. It was just, part of me is just so frustrated with that place.
What's funny is that you took that out of that, and what I was blown away by was the Minnesota Timberwolves salary dumped and moved back in the draft to get off Julius Randle. I'm like, Julius Randle's not bad.
I think Julius Randle is in the Karl Anthony Towns world of gets so much hate that I don't think it's deserved.
They were traded for each other.
I know, but it was like everybody in New York hated Julius Randle and everyone in Minnesota hated Karl Anthony
Let's
Towns.
trade problems.
Nobody wanted either of them, so they traded problems. And sure, Cat just won a title, but they still want to bag on him for
And
it.
Julius still gets to go back to New York where he probably has a good foundation, maybe a few apartments. Again, he's in Brooklyn. He's not that far away.
I did see an interview with his wife. She was like, we actually really liked Minneapolis. Or St. Paul. I don't know where they lived.
But I mean, a lot of people do outside of the winners.
I watched a lot of Julius Randle basketball last year. The Wolves were very fascinating to me.
Randle's a good player.
Because I love Ant. Julius Randle in Brooklyn, I will probably never watch it.
Yeah, I have no idea what they're doing. Like,
Does he even stay there?
The idea of Julius Randle or Trae Young, give me Randle.
Oh, every day of the week. Every day of the week. Yeah. They're floating jaw around now, too.
Oh, we saw what Giannis went for. We saw what Julius Randle went for. That jaw price is in the gutter.
Oh, yeah. But it's funny to see, like, the Pelicans are like, nah, we're good. And it's like, you guys are good? Are you sure about that? You know, you're a team like the Blazers here. Yeah, you don't need that.
No.
But, like, New Orleans?
You like dysfunction.
This is what you're about. Yeah. You have Zion.
The number of people last night, they were like, hey, Nate Amont's on the board. Tennessee.
Come on down.
He's not that far away. Figured out.
Let's get into the NBA draft because I think we've waited long enough. As round 2 is tonight, and but round 1 was last night. Some thoughts, some theories, and some criticisms. 105.1 The Fan.
The Fan.
The NBA draft was last night. Round 2 is tonight. Danny, you are a basketball head. Are you going to watch round 2 tonight?
Nope.
That's what's so interesting. Like, you give the NFL a ton of credit because, dude, this stuff all comes to us all at the same time, right? Like, I can just have it on my phone, check back when I want, and see what all the picks are. And there's no game happening.
Shams get all pissy?
No. What do you get?
Fisher was tipping picks, so he started doing it too.
But didn't ESPN tell him not to do that because it ruins their coverage?
Well, yeah.
So he's going tit for tat?
Yeah, on the trades. Fisher did what Shams used to do.
Yeah, that's what Shams used to do.
Because Woj wrote the playbook. When Woj was at Yahoo, that was the whole locked in, lasered in, focused on. He was at Yahoo, and he was like, let me go ahead and show you how much power I have. Let me show you how much power I have.
Boy, man, when it comes to basketball stuff, ESPN...
Shams was quiet until Jake started breaking, and it's like Shams started looking at the Green Goblin mask like, bah! You watch Jake. Jake's like 30 seconds to a minute ahead of him, and I'm like, ooh, Jakey boy.
Do you think the 4-letter likes basketball?
No.
I don't think so either.
I think they tolerate everything that's not football or college football.
Yeah, and I think they see some money to be gained.
Oh, yeah, there's money to be made.
And
they don't care otherwise.
Kind of out of it. Yeah, the broadcast last night, I didn't watch it live. I was still out at Langdon Farms, but I caught a bunch of clips and stuff, and I'm just kind of watching it going like, there's no juice to this. And I feel like the NFL draft, is it just because there's 300,000 people there?
That's
they're not doing that much more different, and that's got so much jazz. But the players themselves are also stoked.
I will say, the NBA, the guys getting drafted last night, there were some smiles, that little kid type smiles, and I was like, that's cool. They do the pre-ceremony introduction. There are some guys that were grinning ear to ear, like, oh, man, I'm here. And that was pretty cool. I like that. But I think the reason that they didn't have juice is, yeah, you have guys that could be quite literally transcendent, very impactful players in Boozer, DeBonsa, and Peterson. But we knew what was going to, like, the only, consternation was 1 and 2. And they were just going to go. Whatever one went with 2, whatever one went 1, everyone was going to go 2. And that was it. Mm-hmm. Other than that, pretty much we knew what the top 10 was going to be. Now, there's a little bit of a wild card with Dallas, which way they were going to go. They hired Dusty May, so Morris Johnson Jr., hello, come on down. Outside of that, Acuff going to the Kings wasn't surprising. It was flagged that the Nets weren't going to go that route.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Most mocks had Acuff going 7.
You kind of broke that to me that Keaton Wagler was most likely going to go to the Clippers because he's bigger. Mm-hmm. But man, the stuff I've been seeing about Darius Acuff, he's the next Allen Iverson, bro. Isn't that what you know? How you say no to that is tough.
Because you have Darius Garland.
I suppose.
It's like the whole,
it's having 2 of the same thing.
It's like why it's, the
I have
Blazers.
Darius Acuff at home.
Yeah, it's the Blazers, they had Clyde Drexler. So you don't take Michael Jordan.
Yeah, it's clear.
When you've got Brandon Roy and LaMarcus Aldridge, you don't take Kevin Durant.
No, I need a big who can play defense.
So
A.J. DeBonsa goes 1 to Washington. Darren Peterson 2 to the Jazz, who all of a sudden look very good. Mm-hmm. Cameron Boozer to Memphis. See you, buddy. Good luck. Caleb Wilson to the Bulls. Mm-hmm. Keaton Wagler. Mikal Brown Jr. to Brooklyn, the land of guards. Mm-hmm. And Julius Randle.
Enjoy.
Your big thoughts and takeaways from this draft. Like, what did you like?
I mean,
I got a couple of my own.
There were a few in there. I was like, oh, I like that fit. Like, I like Morris Johnson Jr. alongside Cooper Flagg. I think it's a good fit. I think having because I said Yoxel's a guy I consider. I think you needed a hybrid forward big type to play alongside Cooper Flagg. They have that in a little bit older package in PJ Washington, but I think if you're trying to kind of reset things, you're probably looking at moving PJ. Just how that kind of figures out. I don't think it's a bad fit. I do think you're just trying to line up some timelines.
Yeah, he's an older player that will be desired.
Yes, he's not old.
No, he's a good player.
He's a good, like, if Portland went and made a move for PJ Washington, I'm like, I like that move. He's on my list of guys that I would like Portland to acquire. If they're not going to like make big swings, I'd like PJ.
I liked Braden Burries to the Bucks.
Yep.
I like him. That's some nice offense on a team that's going to struggle to find offense. I don't love, as we spoke earlier, the Nate Ament to them. I don't love that. If that's your guy because you went to school there, fine. He really concerns me.
Adai Mara going to Oklahoma City is not a surprise.
I think that's a great move for Oklahoma City. I think when you look at that roster, it sounds like Lou Dort might be the victim to fall on the sword and be sent. I heard the Lakers are interested in him. And you probably can't afford iHeart with your 3 max deals going.
Probably not. I mean, they can float it for at least this year before it becomes so punitive that you just can't stand it. So, but you're in a title window, so you do that. But they also went out and made a move at 17 to 16 to go get Bennett Sturts. And there's a lot of noise around Isaiah Joe right now because he's due money. And so you kind of restart. You go, well, let me go get a high IQ shooter because that's what Isaiah Joe is. Isaiah Joe, I think he's a 42% career three-point shooter, if I remember right. Let me pull that up. Let's see. ISAIH? Yeah, there we go. Isaiah Joe is a career 41% three-point shooter. My bad. He shot 42%. From
Get it right.
year. But Isaiah Joe's a dyed-in-the-wool shooter. So you went and got Bennett Sturts, who's a great shooter. Go figure that out. Like, there was a lot of things that I saw that pretty much went chalk, little switches here or there. The Spurs took a flyer on Jaden Quaintance, big out of Arizona State, and then moved on and basically redshirted again. He's got real knee injury concerns. He might have to go under the knife again. But defensively, he was at Hoop Summit, was it 2 years ago? Super young, but a truck and a defensive monster.
Koa Pete ends his night in Phoenix. That's where he ends up.
Mm-hmm. Real quick.
You don't like that as much as I do.
Well, where did Koa Pete go to college?
Arizona.
Last time they went down that road. Down to Aiden.
I mean, in that draft, DA was going to go 1.
Oh, I know. And DA,
7-foot guy with
that kind
of skills. Yeah. I don't blame them for that.
Koa's a competitor, but he reminds me more of the Kenneth Faried variety. He's big, he's strong, he's athletic. I don't know, because of his lack of range, if he's a starting big in this league because he's undersized.
Yeah. That's a fair point.
So, like, he's not a shooter. Can't really put the ball down on the floor, but high motor, high physicality, very strong. Like, I get it. Alex Caravan getting a first-round nod.
Hey.
That was, I was a little surprised by that.
Good little player.
High IQ, probably a lower ceiling. I don't even know if it's a high floor, but 6'8" guy that can shoot it, plays off ball really well.
Him and Acuff. That could be a nice little pairing there.
Nice little pairing.
Because they're about to tear that thing down.
Yeah, I mean,
DeRozan's rumored to get cut.
Get bought out. Yeah,
they're going to try and trade DeMontis.
Good luck with that. Chris Senak Jr. falling all the way down to 27 was a bit of a surprise.
Say this again.
Chris Senak Jr., the big from Houston. That was a little bit of a surprise. I knew he was going to fall. I didn't think he was going to fall damn near out of the first round.
Boston needs size.
Toughness, mentality, like all those things track. The Lakers getting Cameron Carr. That one I was like, that's a good pick by Lakers. I like that. That's a nice little upside pick. I think Carr has a potential to be pretty explosive. I mean, he even said it. If the NBA had a dunk contest right now, I'd win it.
I like that kind of attitude.
Oh, I mean, I think he registered like a 47-inch vertical. He's got bunnies, and he's got in-game bounce. He's crazy athletic.
The last person here that we should probably get to is Yaxel. Ends up in Golden State.
Mm-hmm.
My only issue with that is I don't like him taking shots at Steph Curry and Draymond Green.
I think he was having fun with it, though.
I think he is, too, but I'm also like, I don't know if it's the right time to poke those beasts.
Where did Yaxel go to school?
Michigan.
Where did Draymond Green go to school?
Michigan State. That one I'm with.
Mm-hmm.
In 2016, I'm a Kyrie guy, so I hate Steph Curry. Bro, I'm a Kyrie guy, too, but the chance to play with Steph is amazing. Shut your mouth.
Also, how old is Yaxel?
24?
23.
23?
It might be 24 now. Okay. When was 2016?
10 years ago.
So
11 years ago.
I would have put him at how old?
12.
12 to 14.
Yeah.
Middle school, man.
Middle school.
So he's
well, Kyrie has the better shoes.
When I tell you,
Uncle Drew.
Mm-hmm.
When I tell you what series were we watching when I was in middle school, it's Cavs Warriors. 3 years.
Yeah. I mean, I was there too. I lived through them.
Yeah, I know, but you weren't a kid.
That's true. I was not. I was a full-on
so
adult.
You have.
I mean, I was making childish choices,
Sure.
but I was a full-on adult.
But you make your allegiances at that age.
Reggie Miller.
I think he was having fun with it. I have no issue with it.
It's fair. All my allegiances are born in my
8 through 14.
8 through 14.
Yeah. So
when I was 10, the Cleveland Indians played the Atlanta Braves in the World Series. I took one look at Oral Hershiser and said, I'm an Indians fan.
I'm in. So
Again,
yeah,
I'm a Yankees fan. 2009.
Yeah.
so I had my heart ripped out by multiple teams. and
Reggie
it's still there.
Aloysius, that's my guy.
So yeah,
Reggie Miller's my guy.
I think he's having fun, and I think he's a good fit for them.
I do
High
think he is a
IQ,
good
plug
fit.
and play.
And if they have him, and there are rumors they're interested in Trey Murphy III, if they land Trey Murphy III and Yoxel, that could be a good little building block into the future post Steph and Draymond world. Because that world's coming sooner than later. And they really got to think about it. And I think Yoxel's a nice fit. He plays like a veteran, kind of thinks like a veteran.
He's older.
Yeah. And I don't think Steph and Draymond are ready to play with kids because they still think they have a window, whether they do or don't.
Yeah, and not
they
only
still
that,
think they do.
you have to look at what they are. It's like I mean, Jimmy and Dre are, they play bigger than they are, but they're a small team. Like, it's a lot of Moses Moody and Brandon Pajimski, and you're just like, Steph, it's like, yeah, it's not.
Brandon Pajimski.
You go get a 6'9", 6'10" Yoxel Lendeberg, like, that helps. Like, being able to play bigger. Weird. In this
Size
conference,
matters.
in this NBA, yeah, man. So,
Again, who's the biggest guy on their roster?
Post.
Is it Al Horford?
No, Post.
Okay.
Quentin Post is 7 foot, but he spaces the floor. But I mean, other than that, yeah, I bet you without looking, I bet you the average size of the Warriors is, if not the smallest team in the league, they're bottom 4. They're a small team.
James Wiseman will pan out next year.
Yeah. Oops. Maybe Jonathan can. Oh.
Jordan Bell.
Oh.
Jordan Poole.
Yeah, Warriors. They got lucky with Steph, Clay, and Dre.
Everything else has been a disaster for them.
Yeah.
I think Yoxel's a safe pick.
Harrison Barnes too.
Harrison Barnes.
HB was good, but yeah, everything else they went and made a move for. Iggy, Bogut, like again,
David Lee.
Yeah, again made good moves, but yeah, their draft history outside of those guys has been pretty wretched.
And I feel like if you're not in the top 4, Yoxel probably has the highest floor.
Sure, I can take that.
Like the safest. He's
Yeah.
my Bo Nix. What I always said about Bo Nix, that guy's going to be in the NFL for 15 years. Whether he starts or doesn't, that I don't know. But he's going to play in the NFL for a long time.
I think you can make an argument for Morez.
Okay.
Again, if you're drafting 8 through 13, you're looking at, all right, which Michigan guy do I get? Which Michigan guy do I get? Which
No,
Michigan guy do I
you're
get?
not wrong. You're not wrong. Once you got past the guards, like that was really what you're looking at was Morez, Yoxel, or Die. Like again, all different fits, and I think all 3 went to the right teams in the right places. I think, to be honest, I think the lottery teams did well with the only questionable one, and I know why people are doing it with Ament. Jimmy Haslam donating $200 million to Tennessee and basically paying the NIL for Ament to go to Tennessee.
Hey, if we're cool with it with AJ DeBonsa, we have to be cool with it.
But
with
I don't
Nate
necessarily
Ament.
care about that. It's just like I think Ament as a prospect is very divisive.
Is this one of the first times multiple national champions are going in the first round? I think just off of recency,
it's happened, but
I can't remember the last time.
Not 3 guys in the top 15 like that. I
Mhm.
think the last time that happened was probably Al Horford's draft, Florida
That's a
team.
long time ago. That's 09, 10.
Yeah, I think it might be 08. I think. But yeah, it doesn't happen all that often because usually the dispersal of talent is, especially in the modern NBA.
I mean, even when we talked about the Villanova teams, I mean, those guys were all spread out in the rounds.
Brunson wasn't a high draft pick.
He was 33rd.
Bridges was 10? Hart was 30 or 31?
What year was that?
God, what year was Bridges? 2016? 2016? God, I can't remember now.
He went to Villanova. Did you know that?
Yeah, right.
I don't love.
No, Bridges was younger than that. He was 2019.
It's 18.
Or yeah,
2018
18,
draft, he was 10th.
Yeah, 10th. Okay, I had that right.
Behind Colin Sexton, Kevin Knox, and before Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gems right there at 15.
Kevin Knox. Oof.
Blazers should just hang out in 15 every time. That's how you get generational superstars.
Not picking at the top.
One last thing I'll say. I am perplexed by Kingston Flemings to Houston simply because I didn't think they needed guards.
The one that gets me is LeBaron Philon to Philly.
Yeah, that's the other one.
You wanted another really small guard?
I'm confused.
Again, I like LeBaron Philon.
I like Kingston Flemings.
Of all of the fits, that was the one I was like, how are you going to play 3 small guards? And like VJ would be fine if VJ was a 1.
Brooklyn tried it and they picked 6th overall.
Yeah, but they also picked big guards.
Oh.
They most of their guys over the years have been big. Like Yegor Demin is 6'8".
Mike Honori has a press conference tomorrow.
Indeed.
What are you going to ask him? Text in 503-864-6326. We'll toss it to Casey with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the NBA draft was last night as A.J. DeBonsa was selected by the Washington Wizards with the number 1 overall pick, followed by Darren Peterson at 2 to Utah and Cameron Boozer at 3 to Memphis. Some notables from the first round of the draft as 3 Michigan Wolverines were drafted in the top 15, and with the number 9 pick, newly hired Dallas Mavericks head coach and former head coach at Michigan, Dusty May, selected Morez Johnson Jr., the 6'9 forward out of, you guessed it, Michigan. Some more NBA news for you as Austin Reeves intends to sign a 4-year, $185 million max contract to return to the LA Lakers. The deal comes with a player option in the 2029-2030 season as Reeves scores the richest contract for an undrafted player in NBA history. We have 6 World Cup group stage matches for you today as all of the final matches in the group stage play simultaneously. Group B kicked things off at the Big Nooner with Switzerland and Canada facing off right now. They are 0-0 in the 35th minute. Bosnia is facing off against Qatar as they have gotten out to a 2-0 lead in the 35th minute at 3 p.m. At 3 p.m. Group C will take things over as Morocco versus Haiti will kick off and Scotland versus Brazil. And wrapping up our day of matches is South Africa versus South Korea and Czechia versus Mexico at 6 p.m. Your U.S. men's national team will face off against Turkey tomorrow in their final match of the group stage. The U.S. has already punched their ticket to the knockout stage with wins over Paraguay and Australia as we get set for a 7 p.m. kickoff in Los Angeles. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The Fan is live on YouTube.
This texter reminding us, Danny, the Tar Heels national championship in '05. That's Marvin Williams, Rashad McCants, Sean May, Raymond Felton.
Yeah,
all four of those in the first round. That was a pretty loaded team. That's the '05 national. When is Hansbrough? Is he 8? 08?
No.
But that team wasn't as loaded in terms of potential NBA talent than that. Remember
Hansbrough was 9-10.
Remember Marvin Williams was going to be the dude.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Marvin Williams ended up being a good role player.
Yes, he
did.
Like
a good NBA player. 6'9" dude who could do a lot of things, but never lived up to what that was.
No Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, I'll tell you that. I thought that dude was going to be basically what you see SGA right now is what I thought he would be.
Which is crazy because...
I know the shot's busted.
One of the worst jump shots I've ever seen in my entire life.
The shot's busted, but dude,
Joe Noah looks at his jumper and goes, "Bro, that's broke."
The athleticism from that guy was off the charts.
Oh yeah, no, that's the thing is like the last 15 years of the NBA, and I when I first started doing this, I did.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see an athletic profile, and you're just like,
but like
it's the same thing in the NFL. You see an athletic profile, and you're like, if he can just put it together. Because that's the thing is, if you can just put it together, you've got your you've got your Ryan Shazier jersey on right now.
Amen to that.
You want to talk about athletic profile of a guy who put it together? Shazier is one of the most athletic linebackers in the last 25 years. And he did put it together before he didn't.
He put it all together.
Yeah.
No, there's no
before
doubt
his
that
body
he put it together.
did not work anymore.
He just happened to put it together in an unsafe way.
Yeah. But like that's the whole thing. It's like you see that, and that's the thing is, that's what happens when Victor Wembanyama comes along, an athletic profile that's heretofore unseen and puts it together.
To your point earlier, most people are moving to the I will take IQ and talent over the raw, unadulterated talent.
The outcomes,
unless you're an exception to the rule, like a Victor Wembanyama and a Cooper
6'6"
Flag.
wings that are
can shoot.
No, I'm saying 6'6" wings that are super athletic, like out of this world athletes. There are guys that went to the combine this year that you would go, yeah. I say 15 years ago, that guy's a first round pick. Now you're like, he's undrafted. Because the other, perfect example, Dylan Mitchell. Dylan Mitchell was at Texas, went to St. Joe's, a defensive monster, 6'7", crazy athlete, hyper twitchy. But offensively, can't shoot. He can pass the ball, handles okay, but a elite defender. But because the other stuff and the offensive IQ and feel just isn't there, despite being a 6'7" hyper athlete, it's just like, yeah, dude, the other side, you have to be so good defensively. Like Tumani. Tumani's a perfect example. 52nd overall pick. Now, is Tu the best athlete in the world in traditional sense? No. But what he does is he processes incredibly well, and he has an engine that goes beyond what most guys in the league do. So you look for those outliers that kind of put it together.
I'm looking at a 2027 mock draft. Number 1 is the Sacramento Kings select Tyron Stokes out of KU.
Rainier Beach.
The Brooklyn Nets at 2 select Caleb Holt. We're just doing this again, huh?
Yep.
We're going to keep going until eventually one of them hits.
Yeah, I'll
is
tell you
that
right
the
now,
plan in Brooklyn?
Everybody always says the next year's draft is going to be good. The next year's draft is going to be good. The next year's draft ain't going to be good.
But I just have 5 guards that are 6'4" and above, and we'll just hope one of them hits.
Well, Stokes is 6'7".
Oh, I'm talking about Caleb Holt out of Arizona going to the Nets. You're just kind of like, we're going to do this again.
Yeah. Like, I've talked to a bunch of scouts about next year's class.
They get the Bucks picking 3rd.
Tyron Stokes would probably go 4th in this draft. Maybe 5th.
Dude, that's still pretty good.
Oh, I know, but I'm
because
saying,
Caleb Wilson in this draft next year would go 1.
Probably.
Yeah.
But that's if Caleb Wilson's going 1, it's not a very good draft. And that's not a shot at Caleb Wilson.
Well, I think it's an okay draft.
It's if you're going 1, you want it to be a lot more than that.
At 4, they have the Bulls taking 15-year-old Braylon Mullins. Dude, this picture of him I'm looking at, he looks like he's 12 years old.
But that's the
smart move to go back for him.
Go back for UConn? Yeah. Those are helpful.
Grizzlies with Branch at 5. Yeah, dude, this is not good.
No.
Pelicans with Cam Williams. I mean, these are all one-and-doneers. Krivas to the Wizards at 7.
Wow, they haven't moving up that far, huh?
Yeah. Well, to your point, if it's bad, yeah, guys are going to fly up.
But I will say again,
Dude, almost everybody on this list are one and doneers.
yeah. The next class, there's already a couple guys that are in there. Beckham Black, Anthony Black's younger brother, who looks to be much more of a prospect than even Anthony Black. He just led the Team USA U17s. He's a monster. Marcus Spears, his kid. He's, depending on what recruiting source you look at, he's a top 2 recruit in the class. He's 6'8", 6'9", has the genetics.
Yeah. his dad's
Swagoo
big boy.
Spears?
Yeah, Swagoo,
Oh.
his kid.
His name is Swagoo?
That's his nickname. Yeah,
Marcus
Swagoo.
J. Spears?
Yeah,
That's Swagoo.
Yeah.
Swagoo. That's a cool name.
yeah. No, his kid, Marcus Spears Jr., 6'8", 6'9", truck.
Also LSU or
I don't.
Is he a Will Wade guy?
Where did he? No, he's
Spears?
Texas, isn't
Spears
he?
was a Saban guy.
Got it. Where did he? I think he committed.
Everybody Googles quick.
Yeah,
quick.
no, I think he committed because he's at one of the power schools in Dallas or Plano. Yeah, he's at Dynamic Prep. Texas is the favorite. Yeah, I think he's staying home. I think.
Probably
Sean
for
Miller?
the bag.
Yeah,
You know I like Sean Miller.
yeah. He's
Sleazy, but I love Sean Miller.
He's staying down south though. I would be surprised if he went outside of Texas.
People got enough money, you can go wherever you want.
If he's going to go anywhere else, I think it'd probably be Alabama. Go play for Oates.
I think I think I take Sean Miller
His
over
dad's an
Oates.
LSU Tiger. I don't know if he'll ever go play for Alabama.
Yeah, I don't know if he can do that.
Nate Oates is pretty good though.
I think I would choose Sean Miller over Nate Oates.
Depends on what you want. Depends on
In
you
what
want.
sense?
Just stylistically.
Yeah. Sean Miller's a red ass.
He is. But not only that, like how they're going to deploy you.
Yeah.
Like, if you're in the NBA, or you're in college basketball, that's what you're looking at.
Closing arguments is next as the new Blazers head coach will be introduced to the public. Mañana. 105.1 The Fan and the Fan Sports Network.
The biggest
All right, that's going to do it for us. Closing Arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit leskinlaw.com for more information. Coming up on the program, mañana. That's a 10 Toes Down Thursday. We always like that. Solo dolo in my world. As Danny will be at the press conference tomorrow introducing Micah Nori. I'm just going to pause every time. Micah Nori.
Mm-hmm. I didn't even think about doing that with the Micah Nori.
I know. I ran into Micah Nori the other day at the grocery store. It's like random pauses in the middle.
Or just say Coach Nori or Nori. Like Terry Stotts is just Terry or Stotts. He's not Terry Stotts.
He's the Terror Bear.
Terror Bear.
The Terror Bear. That's a great nickname.
You know, if you're Neil O'Shea, it's Chance.
What's our new nickname for Micah Nori?
We'll feel it out.
Yeah.
Feel it out.
Still too early.
Yeah. I don't think we call him Mike, though.
I think we wait.
He lives in the Michael Malone world. He's like, I'm not
Michael.
Mike. Although I don't know many 50-year-old white guys named Micah.
No.
No. I know like a 40-year-old. I hope he's not 40. I think he might be younger. Ugh.
I grew up with one Micah.
Yeah.
I grew up with a few.
Yeah. Not a ton of Micahs in my life.
What do you want to hear from Micah Nori tomorrow? Now, I think the cool thing coming out of Minnesota when you start to figure out, who the hell is this guy? Super funny. Media's going to love him.
I expect the press conference he'll have something there.
Our defense was like 7-11, open 365.
Yeah.
Like, that's beautiful. That's such a banger line.
He's been in front of a mic and a camera plenty of times. I think he's going to want to show off his personality a little bit. I don't think he's going to want to be cold and calculated because that's not who he is.
A little pizzazz, a little life into the building.
You're going to get a lot of platitudes because that's what these are.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to think of questions that won't elicit that.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of if I ask something around play style, it'd be very specific.
Yeah, I want to hear about basketball.
That's what I always try to do is get the basketball stuff. I let everybody else ask about the other things that they want to put in their papers or whatever like that.
How does a guy like Dame Lillard boost the three-point shooting, especially when the three-point shooting was so piss-poor last season? And, again, looking at it offensively, now how do you attack it, having Dame back on the floor from the three-point range?
Stylistically, how do you put guys together? What have your experiences taught you in the past? And
I think you kind of started to allude to this. I want to ask him about basketball because I know we sit here and we talk about stadium deals and
we haven't got to that stupid.
I'll save it for Friday for you. And
you can talk about it tomorrow.
We do. You're like, I'm good. We got stadium deals and the critiques of ownership and the coaching search and all this like non-basketball stuff. And I've told you, dude, I'm starting to get very exhausted of it. And not Danny just gave me a really dirty look there.
Oh, you're tired of it?
I
would much rather. I said this the other day. Somebody was being like, you hate Tom Dundon. I'm like, I don't hate Tom Dundon. He just keeps doing things that I have to talk about because they're dumb. I would much rather talk about the worst or the worst problem that I could have is coming in November and talking about a game that they won by 4 that they should have won by 13.
Again, you don't mind the smell of cigarettes. You just don't like it when someone's blowing smoke in your face.
Yes, it's like, look, dude, do whatever you're going to do.
Money.
It's just, don't make me talk about the thing, and I won't. I don't want to talk about the stupid. I want to talk about the basketball. Mm-hmm. Always have, always will. I've had people say that you just do this for engagement. Have you ever heard me say anything specifically, hey, you know what we should do? We should do this for engagement. No,
I'm usually the one that does that.
No, because you're going to carry this conversation over until the break, and we're probably going to keep talking about it off the air.
Yeah, like I don't do it. Like I talk about it because I want to talk about it because you've made it a topic. I would much rather go into, hey, this, particular part of the game led to this, led to this, led to this, led to this. Mm-hmm. How many hours have you heard me talk about that stuff that never comes on air?
Sure. Like, I'm so done talking about Brendan Sorsby, and, guess what'll lead the show tomorrow, probably.
Yeah. It's just like, I don't want to. You're forcing me to because it's outside of normalcy. Mm-hmm. That's what it all comes down to.
Well, let's hope for a good basketball guy.
Which I think he's going to be.
I think so, too. I'm excited about this. Yeah, the contract stuff's weird, but I don't know. For some reason, I never thought that. I kind of was. I'm waiting for someone to get hired just so we can be done with this. I was surprised that what I've caught the last couple days, what I've been reading, what I've been watching, I'm really stoked about this.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm very, very excited. I think the Blazers might have got a good one.
Yeah.
Contract's
And I hope
weird.
that's the case.
I hope that's the case too.
That's the thing that bothers me the most about this, as I would much rather be talking about him as a coach, but because you did something that is so weird and so wild and so just ridiculous, we have to spend time talking about it. If
Yeah.
you'd just given him a 3-year deal, hell, a 3-year deal with 2 years guaranteed, I don't even mention it other than maybe off air to you, hey, I heard the deal was this, this, and this.
And even on air, you're probably like, oh, that's weird. Only 2 years guaranteed?
It's a little less, but
Yeah.
it's whatever.
It felt like that's what kind of was the reporting on it initially. Was Shams comes out and says it's a multi-year deal, and I think everyone
The agent's going to present it in the best possible way.
and I think everyone on the local side of things goes, no, that's not how we're doing
I ca-
things.
I-
The eyebrows are still up.
I caught it from Jason Quick.
Yep.
And when I caught it from Quick, I was like, ooh, I'm going to go ahead and believe that.
Yeah, shout out Quick for getting it.
Yep. Shout out Jason Quick for that.
Jason Quick.
Still got the fastball.
Okay. Still got the fastball. He's throwing heaters. He's like Jacob deGrom out there. Well, are we going to learn anything else? How many assistants are going to have? Anybody going to be retained?
Don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if he has any relationships with anybody currently on the staff.
Typically, when a new coach comes in, they bring in a whole new staff.
Do we know if anybody that's gone with Tiago?
Not yet. But it also wasn't his staff.
Oh, that's true. That's fair.
So
That's fair. I keep forgetting about
and
that.
if Micah wants to try to bring guys from Minnesota, if you're limited financially,
Could be a little challenging, huh? Could be definitely a little challenging. Closing arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit leskinlaw.com for more information. Leskin Law's one-day divorce mediation, peace treaties, not war plans. You'll be at the press conference tomorrow.
indeed.
I will hold down the fort here. Casey and I will do our best. A lot of World Cup tonight. Enjoy yourself. For Danny Marang, that's Casey Smith. I'm Patrick Harris. Go enjoy yourself. Do something I would do.
Bye.